Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. We are back yet again today, commentating Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes. How are we all doing? I see Delmer's in the chat. What's up, Delmer? Trex is here. What's going on? Todd's here. What's up? Mr. GG's here. Yeah, we won't be live tomorrow, Mr. GG. We will not be live tomorrow. We're live today, though, and Wednesday. What's up? Good to see you all here. John is here. What's going on? Typical's here. What's up? I see Goku's here as well. What's going on, guys? Good to see you all joining in here for the wonderful commentary. It is Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Hurricanes and the Canadiens. So how did we get here? A little bit of a recap here. First off, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. It'd be greatly appreciated. taking a look at the numbers and such here. Montreal obviously took the first game in Carolina 6-2. Carolina won the second game 3-2 in overtime. So again, the two teams split the series back in Carolina, and now we head here to Montreal, where we'll see what happens here in these next two games. We'll see what happens, honestly, with this one. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I think either team can win. I think either team can get this win tonight. We'll see what happens, of course. But the Hurricanes definitely played a lot better in Game 2 than they did the previous game. And it's all up to Montreal to respond to that. How are they going to respond to Carolina's dominant game number 2 that had honestly no business being in overtime? We'll find out. Starting goaltenders here tonight, it's going to be Jakub Dobish against Frederik Andersen. It's been those two goalies the entire postseason here, essentially, and we see both of them back in net here tonight. Comment your prediction. Who do you guys think is going to win tonight? Is it going to be the Montreal Canadiens at home, or will it be the Carolina Hurricanes on the road? Comment your prediction down below. Who do you think is going to take home Game 3 tonight? And carrying out the ceremonial torch is Claude Lemieux, who was a member of the Canadiens' 1986 Stanley Cup team. There he comes carrying that beautiful torch out into the stadium. Did I hear the Bears are leaving Chicago? I did hear about that. They're not leaving, like, Chicago, Indiana. They're just like... I don't know where they're going. Where are they going exactly outside of Chicago? What's up, JJ? How we doing? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a good morning over there in Finland. Seeing Montreal, Canes 5-2. Okay, so I'm seeing a mix of both. What's up, Michael? How we doing? Happy Memorial Day, Taco. Yeah, that's why there will be no hockey cards today. The shop that I get them from was closed, so we will not be doing that today. We'll be doing that on Wednesday. Again, I'm going to repeat this a couple of times. Sadly, no stream tomorrow. Tomorrow and Friday will be our last times of the postseason where we will miss a game. Again, tomorrow and Friday will be the last nights where we miss a game. And there's actually a chance too. Oh no. This would be Carolina-Montreal on Friday. But we will be live for Game 4 of this series here in Montreal next Wednesday. That'll be the Unbox with Nordic. We're getting a hobby box. Looking forward to it. It's about $180 unless they lowered the prices since the last time I've been there. We'll see if they did. But yeah, that's what's coming up here. Yep, I hate you guys. I hate you all. And that's why I'm not streaming tomorrow. I hate you all. No. I have to work. And I mean, again, like, it's a difficult decision. But I've already called off so many days over the last couple of months. I can't do anymore. I really need to work. And they're telling me, like, you need to work, dude. So I said, okay, fine. I'll work. I'll miss this game just once. And of course, it's a 3-0 series. So the series could literally end on tomorrow. And that's what makes me really annoyed. Like, I was pulling heavily for the Avalanche last night. And I'm not saying that, like, I want Vegas to lose. I want a Game 5. I want to be guaranteed that Game 5. And I'm not. So hopefully the Avalanche will win tomorrow. We'll be able to get maybe one more game of that series. But you know, you're 19, I expect you to get fired. That's kind of what they told me. They're like, you have to work. They know about the streams, but they're like, you have to work, otherwise, like, what's the point of having you do this? And I'm like, you know what? That's fair enough. So I probably should work. So sadly, we won't be able to be live tomorrow, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Did I give up on Colorado already? Yup. I did give up on Colorado. Guaranteed? Game 5 is guaranteed? I don't know, bro. We'll see. I hope we get a Game 5. Like, I mean, again, like I always talk about it, like I want a 7-game series. I hope we get one of those. Definitely got fired at 19. It's okay. Yeah. Never been fired from a job. I've quit jobs. Never been fired from a job, though. Maybe you guys will fire me from this, though, eventually. We'll see. All right, it's electric here in the Bell Center. Forgot to actually commentate the game here. Again, the Bell Center is absolutely electric right now. It's one of the best atmospheres in hockey. Lot of red in that stadium right now, and it's absolutely just incredible here. I mean, there's nothing like it. Like, again, if you guys ever get the opportunity to go to a Bell Center game, especially in the playoffs, if you can afford it, do it. It is a phenomenal atmosphere. That will be unbelievable if Colorado got swept. I agree, but I thought they were going to win Game 3, and that did not go the way we thought it would. So I hope for the sake of it, they win tomorrow, we get a Game 5, and if the series can end there, then I'm like, all right, that's fine. But if it's a sweep, I'm going to be disappointed. Because that also means, too, we're not going to be live on Thursday. So after Wednesday, we may not be live till Saturday, till like the following Sunday. And that's a little bit upsetting. So I kind of want that series to go to 5 at least. Otherwise, we won't be live till Sunday, essentially. All right, national anthem going on here right now in Montreal. The Avalanche just don't look like the Avalanche. I mean, like, that's the honest truth of it. They don't look like themselves at all. It's been really disappointing. And I mean, I'll say this too. Vegas has been really good. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, the reason why Vegas is losing is because the Avalanche are just not playing well. The Golden Knights are a dangerous team. They're serious, but you know. What's up, Judy Toronto? How we doing? Good to see you. Don't think I said hi to you yet. What's up, John? How we doing? Let's go, Carolina. Let's make the best out of this one tonight. Yep. Make the best out of every stream. So again, like this stream, Game 3 of this series and Game 5 of this series, or Game 4 of Colorado Vegas and Game 5 of this series, we will not be live for, unfortunately. So hopefully it's like a tied series or something after 4. We'll see though. Can't imagine Vegas winning another cup. Seems like we're at that point, though. What's up, Brian? How we doing? What's up, Bon? Yeah, guys, make sure you like the stream down below. Subscribe if you are new. We had a really good night last night. Thank you all for the donations and the subs. It's really greatly appreciated. We've been doing very well here on the channel. We're going to keep on putting in the work. Again, on Wednesday, we're going to unbox some hockey cards, so stay tuned for that. That is my treat back to you guys for all your support here on the commentaries. You get to watch me unbox hockey cards, so that should be fun. All right, oh, Canada going on right now. Again, comment your predictions. Who is going to take Game 3 of this series? Will it be Montreal? Will it be Carolina? It is worth mentioning both of these teams are undefeated in Game 3s in these playoffs. Both teams are 2-0. Carter Hart nominated him for Team Canada's next Olympic goaltender in 2030 if he keeps up the stats. That'd be interesting. And not just because he'd be an interesting player. That would be interesting. Canes 3-1, okay. Matthew Schaefer, young guy. God, I hope. I freaking hope, dude. I am praying to God that happens. Because I'm going to be so in shambles and upset if I don't get it tomorrow. Or Wednesday. Yeah, you know. All right, Oh Canada has concluded here, and the national anthems have concluded here in Montreal, and we are ready to start Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Hey, John, thank you for the $5 dono, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 5. It means a lot. Your guys' donations have been so kind. We are ready to get started here with Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Starting goaltenders here on both sides. On one end, you have Freddie Anderson, who in this postseason, 10 games played. He's 9-1, a 1.55 and a .927. He has 2 shutouts as well here in the postseason. On the other side is Jakub Dobeš, 16 games played, 9-7, a 2.51 and a .909. He is 6-0, a 1.77. After Montreal suffers a loss. It is worth mentioning Montreal is 6-0 after a loss here in the postseason. And both teams are undefeated in Game 3, so this should be a good one. Here we go, Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals between Montreal and Carolina, and we are underway. Face-off is won by the Hurricanes. They will dump it down low into the Montreal zone. Jakub Dobeš will come out of his net to play this puck. Montreal up top, shot on there, goes wide of Dobeš. As Montreal tried to clear, it was kept in by the Canes defense. Carrier, who is a Montreal native, battling for it down low in the corner. He said everybody in his family and all his friends are rooting for Montreal, even though he is on the Canes. Carolina dumps it back into the Canadian zone. Jakub Dobeš out of his net to play that puck. Carrier gives it back then for Caden Gooley. Gooley now in the Montreal end. Off the boards to Carrier. Alex Carrier then to Gooley down low in the corner. Dobeš is one of the 3 goalies remaining in the postseason to start all of the games for his respective team. Gooley off the boards to Demidov. I guess so is Anderson too. Chatfield a shot. That one goes wide. Canes picking up where they left off. Ehlers up top in front. And Chatfield knew they got a loose puck. It was broken up there by Montreal. Here's Gooley now, who will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Freddie Anderson battling for it then with Slavin. On the right side, getting it back is Jarvis. Jarvis ahead then for Chatfield. 3-on-2 for Carolina. Ehlers, cross-ice pass, shot on. Big save as it went wide there on Dobeš. I don't know why I said big save. And the puck is cleared back down low to the Carolina zone. Walker gets it back for the Canes. Battling for it on the right side then. Montreal trying to play it to center. Here's Aho into the zone, trying to get around the D. Montreal gets it back in their own zone. It's Matheson chipping it off the boards and back into the Carolina zone. Freddie Anderson around then for Cole Caulfield, who turned over that puck. Forced away then by the Hurricanes. Here they come. Jarvis into the zone. Will take it off the boards. Good move there off of Matheson. He'll throw it up top. Here's Stankoven. Waits. Walker a shot. And it's gloved by Dobeš. 119 seconds in. And a big save from Jakub Dobeš from up top. Carolina kind of picking up where they left off. They've controlled things here so far. I know it's only 2 minutes into the game, of course. But they've done a good job at, moving the puck here so far. We'll see if that continues. Shots are 2-0 here in favor of the Hurricanes so far. Face-off coming up in the Montreal zone. Sorry for no other videos today besides the hurdle clip. Kind of a busy day for me. I didn't get to make a video last night. Kind of went to bed early. Had to get up early and head out to Reading. Here's Evans versus Stankoven. I don't know why I said Reading like that. To Reading. It sounded really weird. Here's Danault. Face off now. It's one back by Montreal. Carrier off the boards then for Evans. With the way Carolina controlled Game 2, if Game 3 is anything like that, Montreal needs to capitalize on their chances. They won't get a lot of them. Here's Blake back for Hall. Only 12 shots in Game 2 for the Canadiens. Here's Blake in front. Hall a shot. That one is blocked. Carolina gets it back. Jackson Blake on the right side trying to play it down low. Picked back up then by Hall. Taylor Hall battling for it in the corner now alongside Blake and Carrier. I believe Game 2 was the first game all postseason where the Blake, Hall, and Stankoven line did not register a point. Montreal will backhand it to center. Gostisbehere given back then for Stankoven. Nikishin a shot saved by Dobeš. Played back down low to the corner. Montreal gets it back. Off the boards to center. Anderson fighting with Chatfield. Chipped off the boards. Veleno trying to battle for that puck. And it's played back to center. Here's Carrier to Texier. Montreal comes back and regroups in their own end. It's Lane Hudson. Hudson in the Montreal zone now looks for options. Montreal will take it back through center. In the lineup tonight for the Canadiens is Joe Veleno. He's currently out there on the ice. He was not in Game 2. Or Game 1 for that matter. Robinson off the boards to center. Hudson gets it back then for Montreal. Chipped back into the Carolina zone. Slavin will backhand it off the boards. Chatfield up top. Ehlers ahead then for Robinson. Robinson back over then for Jankowski. He's broken up and puck will slide back into the Montreal zone. The Canadiens will regroup. Maybe you expected this. Montreal outshot 3-0 here in the first 4 minutes, and we get an icing at 16:09 against Montreal. Faceoff will come back in their zone. Definitely a much better and much well-played game than Game 1 for Carolina in Game 2. And the physicality certainly been a factor here tonight. Carrier getting physical. Again, we mentioned how he talked about it in the interviews. He said that everybody in his family and all of his friends are rooting for Montreal. Even his wife is rooting for Montreal. He's from a small town called LaSalle, not far away from Montreal. And obviously he's the enemy here, at least in this series. Evans off the boards then for Hudson. Lane Hudson down low then for Mike Matheson. Will hold it into the Canadiens' end. Matheson has that puck then for Montreal. He will hold it behind the Canadiens' end. Not sure why my comments were not working. Sorry, guys. Cleared back into the Carolina zone. Dobson off the boards. Marnook battling for it on the right side. Here come the Hurricanes the other way. Stahl off the boards to Ehlers. Ehlers chips it down low, broken up by the Canadiens. They try and play it the other way. Sorry, guys, I missed your questions. If you could comment them down below, again, I would appreciate it. I kind of missed them. I don't know why my comments were bugged. Penalty coming up here at 15-14. It's against the Hurricanes. Jalen Chatfield's going to go to the box for interference, and we have a Montreal power play here to start. Looks a little testy out there tonight, yep. Canadiens will get the first power play here in Game 3. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the clock. My apologies. Faceoff won back by Carolina. Battling for now in the Montreal zone. Canadiens will play it up top. Here's Caulfield. Right circle up top then for Hudson. Hudson down low then for Demidov. Shot on there is blocked by the Canes. Here's Walker now racing it through center with speed. Walker around Demidov. Broken up then by Montreal. Suzuki gets it back with speed. He'll take it through center. Demidov to Hudson. Lane Hudson will dump it down low, or at least he'll try to. And it's cleared back again now into the Montreal end. Canadiens power play 23% in the postseason so far. Puck is dropped back then for Suzuki. To the point, Demidov. Broken up by Carolina. They will backhand it to center. Hudson. Cross ice to Caulfield. Lane Hudson now in the Montreal zone off the boards for Caulfield, who will dump it down into the Carolina zone. Demidov off the boards to Slavkovsky. Cross ice pass. Broken up then by the Canes. Here they come with speed. It's a 2-on-2. Into the zone. Hall fires it. That one goes wide there of Dolbish. Taylor Hall shorthanded battling for this puck down low. Trying to get that one free. About 45 seconds to go on the Montreal power play. Jankowski a shot. That one's blocked. Nikishin trying to get it back. Montreal struggling to get set up here. They'll come back and regroup as their second unit comes on. Montreal gives it back then for Zach Bolduc. Here's Bolduc. Back then for Texier. Alex Texier carries it into the zone. Back down low. Into the corner. Carolina tries to clear it to center. Texier to Suzuki. A shot. Saved by Anderson. Rebounds there. Bolduc a drive. Denied as it got into the chest of Freddie. 13:27 to go in the first period. Habitant pea soup today. Nice. Montreal's again passing the puck too much. Need to pass more. Or is shooting the puck too much. Need to pass more. Well, here's the problem, though. Montreal is struggling to get consistent offensive zone time. So they really need to capitalize on their chances when they get them. William Carrier took a stick to the face. He's getting some repairs right now. Face-off in the Carolina zone. Jordan Martinook, 10 seconds to go. Will dump this one down the other way. Dolbish. Behind the net then for Dobson. Here's Noah Dobson now bringing it through center. Drop back then for Texier. Alex Texier clears it into the zone. Power play is over. On the right side then, Walker battling forward with Texier. Stahl trying to chip it to center. Carolina will dump this one ahead. Canadiens will pick it back up and regroup. Matheson off the boards then for Danault. Danault cross-ice pass. Broken up then Stankoven. Off the boards. Danault trying to backhand it down low. Canes try and play it ahead then. Broken up by Dobson. Dobson to Matheson. The pass is missed there as he battles forward in the corner now. Bolduc on the right side then for Montreal. Up top. Matheson a shot. That one goes just wide. And the puck will slide back to center. Canadiens get it back. It's Goulet. 7.5 minutes to go here in the opening period. We are scoreless. Goulet in the Canadiens' end. Shots are 4-2 here in favor of the Hurricanes. Cleared all the way back into the Carolina zone. It's Anderson all alone, battling forward on the right side then. Carolina will knock him off the puck. It's Gostisbehere trying to chip it to center. Blake gets around the D. Cross-ice pass then to Stankoven. It's a 1-on-2. Stank a shot. That one goes wide of Dilbish and out of play. 11:58 to go here in the opening period. We will step aside for the first time tonight. Scoreless here in the Bell Center. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Hit the like button down below and subscribe if you are new. It'd be greatly appreciated. We are 34 subs away from 7,100. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate the kind words. I do the best I can, trying to get better every single day. We got 53 likes here on the commentary. Thank you all so much for that. Shots are 4-2 here in favor of Carolina. Things are kind of seeming the same way they were at the end of Game 2. I think Carolina's putting on the pressure, but it's still early. Still too early to really tell. Hey, John, with another $5 dono. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Your donations have been really kind, and they're really appreciated. Thank you. What's up, Skaviz? How we doing? Good to see you, brother. North Carolina is the pollen capital of the world. It's a nice place. It's a nice state. I've been there. Never been to Montreal. Never been out of the country. Hoping to soon, though. Might be going to Toronto in July. That'd be pretty exciting. Maybe I'll film some stuff while I'm there. We'll see. But what's up, Douglas? How we doing? Good to see you. All right, back here in Carolina. 11:58 to go here in the opening period. We are still scoreless. Shots are 4-2 in favor of Carolina. Two goalies facing off tonight. Again, I mentioned it with Dilbish. They are two of the three goalies who have started every single game for their respective team remaining in the postseason. Alongside them is Carter Hart. Toronto's dope, bro. Love Toronto. Yeah, it'll be my first time if everything works out and I'm able to go. A lot of money. Chatfield on the right side. Blake up top. Here's Gostisbehere moving in. Shoots it. It's blocked there. Here's Nikishin to drive. That one goes wide as well. Jankowski above the goal line. Will circle around. He falls down. Down low then with it. Marnook battling for it now. It's a three-man battle in the corner. Carolina gets it back. Jankowski to Gostisbehere. He scores. Shane Gostisbehere opens things up here, his first of the postseason, and the Hurricanes get the party started here in Game 3. You need goals from your defensemen, and Carolina gets just that, assisted by Mark Jankowski and Eric Robinson, and they quiet the crowd here early. Shane Gostisbehere, always one of my favorite players, was a Philadelphia Flyer for a while. Never understood the trade, by the way. They gave him up along with a second, and I believe a first, for nothing. One of the worst trades in recent memory for my Flyers. Face-off at center is won by Carolina. They will backhand it down low. Obviously, he's obviously not with Arizona anymore because they don't exist. But still a pretty bad trade in retrospect. I'll talk about it more in the commercial break. Here's Hudson. In the Montreal end, 11:20 to go. Montreal finds themselves in a unideal situation, but they've been here before. They've allowed the first goal in the game every single game in this series. Icing here at 11:11. Don't trust anything after yesterday's match. That's fair enough. Montreal will get it back. That could hurt, especially if Montreal only gets 12 shots a game. This game could be big trouble for Montreal. I agree. Face-off here. Carolina trying to regroup with this puck here in the neutral zone. Montreal will dump it out of their own end and clear it to center. Jacob Slavin gets it back for Carolina. Chipped off the boards. Hudson, cross-ice pass. Racing forward with speed, then is Newhook. He'll battle forward with Chatfield. Jalen Chatfield clears it off the boards. Hudson forced back to center. Here's Evans. Broken up then by the Canes. Trying to backhand that one down low. Slavin. Broken up. Montreal gets it back. Here's Evans to Demidov down low in the corner. Demidov on the right side then for Slavin. Broken up then by Montreal. Carolina gets it right back as soon as I say that. And they chip it down the other way. Montreal gets it back. Newhook dumps it into the Carolina end. Jordan Staal trying to poke check it ahead. Slavkovsky on the right side. Stolen back by Marnook. Marnook pass down low. Staal intercepted there by the Canadiens. Here's Dobson to Matheson. Pass over then to Dobson, who will play it off the boards to Suzuki. Nick Suzuki will try and chip this one the other way. It goes up and out of play at 10:01. Nearly at the halfway mark here. Again, seeming a lot like Game 2, where Carolina really controlled things for the most part, and Montreal was left to capitalize off their chances. A lot of people were saying to me they were lucky to come out of game 2 with an overtime loss. Face-off outside of the Carolina zone. Jordan Staal versus Philip Deneau. Face-off outside of the Carolina zone. It's one back then by Montreal. Noah Dobson over then for Mike Matheson. Cleared off the boards. Deneau takes it through center. Tries to get around the D. I think Carolina wins game 3. Up top, Matheson fires it. That one goes wide. It's in the crease. Jabbing at that puck. Now Deneau back to Texier. Texier trying to play it up top. Cleared back into the corner now. Staal fighting with Deneau. Here's Miller. Battling forward. It'll be chipped off the boards then for Ehlers. It's broken up on the right side then. Miller throws it back to center. Racing forward is Jackson Blake. Montreal gets there first. Matheson off the boards behind the net then for Dobson. Noah Dobson for Matheson. Matheson ahead then for Suzuki. Gets around the defense. Suzuki waits. Up top. Coming to the zone. Shot from Carrier. That one is just wide of Freddie Anderson. Oh, man. And it's chipped back into the Montreal zone. Taylor Hall fighting with Gooley. Down low in the corner now. Suzuki will get it back. Nick Suzuki to Carrier. Cross-ice pass. Caulfield into the zone. Suzuki to Newhook. Slavkovsky. And they're offsides. That was a late offsides whistle there at that. We'll step aside. Good chance for Carrier. Went off the skate. It was just barely tipped by Freddie Anderson and nearly became a 1-1 hockey game. But Freddie is sharp. And it stays 1-0 Carolina. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. We are trying to get to 7,100 subscribers here. Thank you all for helping us reach our goal. Hey, John with another $5 dono. Got a little dono train going on. It's all you, though. What's up, John? Thank you for the 5. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot. 15 already from you. You're awesome, man. Thank you. 15:24. That's nuts. You guys are nuts. So we will not be live tomorrow, unfortunately. Again, I already said that a couple of times. We will not be live tomorrow for Game 4. I'm hoping that Colorado will force a Game 5. And we'll be able to see one more game from Colorado and Montreal. We'll see if we're lucky. Or Colorado and Vegas. How about those Knights? Yeah, they've been hot. Donations not showing up on the feed. That's weird. I'm getting them. Maybe refresh your screen. I see some people are noticing that. Maybe it's maybe just refresh the stream. It's possible. Sometimes that happens. Got 225 people here. Wow. Elimination day, yeah. Sadly, I'm missing it. Gotta work. I said it in the pregame. I might get fired if I don't. Might just say to him, fire me. Work full-time, YouTube. Face-off coming up here now. It's going to be outside of the Montreal end. Shots are 5-3 in favor of the Canes. Carolina trying to backhand this one to center. And whistle blown dead as the puck goes out of play. How many of you think Colorado's going to come back and beat Vegas? It's unlikely. Again, it's only happened like 4 times. It's very unlikely. If there was a team that could do it, it may be the Avalanche, though. They're a very good team when playing from behind, but they've struggled to hold on to leads. So, I mean, like, I think they can. I think, honestly, they probably win Game 4. I hope they win Game 4, but I think it's over in 5. Here's Gulia's shot, saved there by Anderson. Will cover up at 8:26. I certainly think it's possible, but it's not. It's insanely unlikely. Like, it's very, 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 very unlikely. I think they could do it, though. If they lock in, they could. But this Vegas team, they're getting goals from all 4 lines. They're on a whole nother level. They should be able to get it done. Keep hitting. I'm sure it makes Vegas better. You might be right, to be honest. Season's over for the Habs. We'll see. It's not over yet. Face-off won by the Canadiens. Lane Hudson brings it now on the right side, trying to get around the D. Demidov a shot. That one's blocked. Carolina will play it back to center. Here's Struble in the Montreal end. Here's Hudson off the boards to center. Demidov, cross-ice pass then to Evans. Newhook into the zone. Will backhand it down low to the corner. Demidov battling forward then with Stahl. Walker to Marnook. Cleared back to center. Struble to Marnook. Ivan Demidov trying to dump it down low. And I mean, I will say this. It's not like, I'm going to use an example here. It's not like Edmonton, Florida in 24 or even Pittsburgh, Philadelphia this past year where all the games were close and they were like 1-goal games. Like, Vegas has won these games in controlling fashion. It's not like, Colorado came close in these games, but they just couldn't get the bounces or whatever. They blew 2 leads. Here's Slavkovsky, a shot. That one is blocked. Carolina will play it away. Suzuki on the right side. Back over then for Caulfield. He's hit. And played back to center then with speed. Jarvis, 2-on-2. Ahead then for Chatfield. Off the boards into the zone then with speed. Svechnikov up top. Oh, fumbled the puck. And here comes Montreal the other way. It's Suzuki, 3-on-2. They're offsides. He'll have to come back and regroup. Like, does that make sense? Like, they're not winning, and it's not like the games were like, it's a 3-2 game, but they played well. They've blown 2 leads in pretty disastrous fashion. Matheson, back to Suzuki. Montreal will chip it off the boards then. Suzuki will bring it into the zone. Poke check down low to the corner then. Stankoven for Blake. Blake, cross-ice pass. Nikishin into the zone. Will chip it back down low into the Montreal end. 6.5 minutes to go here in this opening period. It's a 1-0 lead for Carolina. Shots are still 5-3. Here's Nikishin a drive. That one went off the post. And back down low. Huge hit in the corner. Suzuki knocks down, I believe that was Blake. Here's Hall. Up top, Nikishin into the glove of Dobish. And some heavy hitting here to open up this first period. Cole Caulfield was knocked down to the ground. He got off the bench immediately. Oh. He got him up there a little bit high, but that was a big hit. I think it was clean, but ooh, that was yeesh. Up 3-0, they blew it. Do they need a goalie change? I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think Wedgwood's been the issue. Like, I mean, I look at the goals. I don't think Wedgwood's been the problem. It's just been like, they've crumbled. Like, I mean, again, somebody said it yesterday. Like, you get that 3-0 lead and you just, like, you're on cruise control. And they're right. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a team come back from down 3-0. It's happened at least a dozen times in live streams this year. Here's Doc to Texier, bringing it through center. Suzuki battling for it on the right side. Carrier chips it down low into the corner. At least he tries to. Keandre Miller fighting with Deneau. Texier off the boards then. Carrier to Deneau. Philip Deneau now behind the net. Deneau gets it back for Montreal. Up top to Gouli. Gouli behind the net then for Doc. Doc waits. Just above the goal line. Fighting for it now in the corner. Montreal trying to get some shots on. Gouli a drive. That one's blocked. Carolina trying to clear. They will do so successfully. Carrier battling for it on the right side then with Kirby Dach. Grab back then by Miller. He'll come back and regroup. Keandre Miller. Thank you, Manny, for being here. And your shout out to your mom and dad. That's awesome. It's good to see you all watching the commentaries. Thank you. Do the best I can. Try to become a commentator in the future. Struble fighting on the right side then with Marnook. Montreal trying to chip it off the boards then. Carolina back down low then for Chatfield. Ehlers up top. Here's Newhook now, breaking it down the other way. Newhook into the zone, gets around the D, broken up by the defense as soon as I say that. Now battling for it down low in the corner is Nikishin. Chipped off the boards, Ivan Demidov. Trying to clear to center, up top, they score! Mike Matheson! We are tied! Mike Matheson from the point. And the Canadiens have tied the game here in Montreal. Hey, what's up, Rex? Thank you for the $5 dono, brother. I appreciate it. So I did see that. I wanted to make a video on that today, but I did not have time to. I think that's going to be tomorrow's video. I do want to talk about that because that is a very interesting thing with the new hometown remix stuff. I want to talk about that. So we're going to discuss that a little bit, probably tomorrow, I hope. But yeah, we'll talk about that. But thank you for the 5, man. I appreciate it. We're already at $20 you guys have donated to me here tonight. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Here's Dobish in the Montreal end trying to clear. Svechnikov a shot. That one goes up and stays in play, though. Montreal gets it back. Jarvis, a backhand down low, goes just wide. Assist on that goal is Demidov and Evans. It's Matheson's second goal of the postseason. Dobson off the boards to Slavkovsky. Mike Matheson will chip it off the boards to center. Caulfield trying to poke check it down low. Carolina gets it back. Here's Jarvis. Right side then for Svechnikov. Svechnikov up top fires it on. It's gloved by Dobish. I think it's a cool idea though. I mean, honestly, almost any idea that involves new jerseys and such is a good idea. Especially something like that, like the reverse retros when they came out back in COVID. That was received really, really well. So I think this does really good. It's kind of like City Connects in baseball, but not every year. All right, let me read these comments here. Sorry, guys. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. It's been kind of crazy here in this game. I'm trying to talk about the series last night. Makar and McKinnon hurt. Good luck, Avs. Yeah, that's the other factor of it, too. But I'll say this. Like, everybody's knocked up in the postseason. Everybody's knocked up. I think McKinnon's going to play in Game 4. I would be shocked if he doesn't. But we'll see. Center Bell crowd going crazy. Yup. As expected. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's almost like I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's borderline impossible for Colorado to come back. We'll see though. We'll see. But I'm not very high on it. The Avalanche can do it though. It's gonna take a lot. It's not like other series where the games were close and they just didn't go the Avalanche's way. The Avalanche, you could argue it should be a 2-1 series in favor of them right now. If they don't blow those leads, you could argue it could be a 2-1 series for them right now, but again, we're playing with what ifs, of course, but they really should have won Game 3. Like, that was a convincing win for the Knights. They're not losing that series. What's up, Tim? Late to the party, but up and listening from Idaho. Good to see you, brother. Better late than never. All right, face-off coming in the Montreal zone. One with the Canes. Miller down low to Blake. Passes missed there. Jackson Blake up top. Fires one on. It goes just wide. In the zone, Miller pass in front. Jabbing at that puck. They score. Taylor Hall. His 4th of the postseason. And Carolina with the go-ahead goal. Yet again, it's 2-1. Less than a minute after Matheson tied the game. Just seems longer with the commercial break. Carolina has taken a 2-1 lead. Can I request to take off tomorrow off? I can't, sadly. It's kind of too late. I kind of need the money, too. Like, I know you guys have been kind with your donations, but I've said this before. I don't touch the YouTube money. That stays in a separate account, and I use it for YouTube stuff. So I technically don't really have any money right now. Here's Walker. He'll gain the line and dump it down low into the Montreal end. Dobish. Behind the Canadiens net, will chip this one off the boards. It's Blake. Battling for on the right side. Bolduc down low for Hudson. Carolina up top. Montreal trying to chip it to center. Here's Bolduc. It was a hand pass. He's battling for that puck with Walker. Eventually the whistle's blown dead at 3:16. Where's Arbor? I don't believe Arbor's playing tonight. He's out for Struble. He has not played since Game 7. Shots 8-4 in favor of Carolina. Assist on the Taylor Hall goal. It's Miller and Blake. Just called your boss. You no longer have the kick. Face-off one by the Canes. They'll try to chip this one off the boards to center. Montreal gets it back. Lane Hudson. Off the boards to Bolduc. Bolduc for Dobson. Dobson shoots it. That one's blocked. Played away by Anderson. Here's Chatfield. Down low in the corner. Carolina will chip it off the boards to center. Hey, John with a $1 dono. Thank you, John. I appreciate it, man. That means a lot. Thank you, brother. Did I ever add Rex's? Did I ever add Rex's dono? What are we at? I already forget. 1509. Okay, we did. All right. Thank you, John, for the $1. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Series is up for grabs. I agree. Even it up. Yeah. Thank you, John. Face off in the Carolina end. Won by the Canes. Slavin will dump it off the boards to center. Carrier trying to get it back then for the Hurricanes. Alex Carrier in the corner. Right side then for Matheson. Canes try and get it back. Robinson to Stahl. Matheson back to Carrier. Battling for now in the corner. Shots are 9-5 in favor of the Hurricanes. Both goalies with just brutal save percentages right now. 2:10 to go in the first. Walker, shot on, saved by Dobish. Here's Jordan Staal. Just below the goal line, plays it up top. Ehlers on the right side looking for options. Nikolai Ehlers then up top to Walker, and that one is blocked there. Dobish tried to play it. Here's Jordan Staal. Down low now in the corner. Staal, right side, up top then for Miller. K'Andre Miller at the point, back over, and a shot on goes up and out of play. And now my clock is behind. I'm ahead, I'm behind, I don't know what's happening. Less than 2 minutes to go, a minute 43 to go in the first. Shots 10-5 in favor of the Hurricanes. They have a 2-1 lead. We will not be live tomorrow, but we will be live for Game 3 or Game 4 of this series on Wednesday. If things go a certain way, this could be our last game, or that could be our last game of round 2 or round 3. Face-off, one back by Montreal. I keep making mistakes. I don't know what's going on today. Back into the Carolina zone. Newhook. Cleared off the boards up top for Hudson. Stolen back by the Canes. Here they come with speed. It's Aho getting around the D up top. Svechnikov. Big save by Dobish. And Svech will get it back. Svechnikov up top. Gostisbehere right side. Carolina shoots it. That one goes wide to Dobish. Cleared all the way back to center. Shane Gostisbehere then for the Canes. Off the boards is Svechnikov. Delayed penalty here against Montreal. Empty net for the Hurricanes. Carolina will play it up top. Nikishin. And a puck is touched at 59.7 seconds. We'll say a minute for fairness. And we will get a Hurricanes power play coming up. Hey, Redmond with the $2 dono. Habs in Vegas for the Stanley Cup. Keep it up, Nordic. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Wouldn't mind seeing either of those teams in the final. That'll be fun. Will I be streaming the Stanley Cup games? Yes, and we will not miss any of them. I will not miss any of the Cup final games. We will be live for the entire Stanley Cup final. I will not miss that. Thank you, Redmond. Carolina power play will carry over into the second period. Face off in the Montreal end. Carolina wins the draw. Stankoven up top. Pass to Miller. Saved by Dobish. Montreal plays it back down low. Mike Matheson off the boards. Miller trying to keep it in. He'll backhand it to the corner. Matheson back then for Montreal will dump this one down the other way. Yes, I promise. Pinky promise. K'Andre Miller in the Carolina end brings it through center. The Canes are 0 for 5 in the series. Here's Miller, a shot. That one goes wide there, Adobish. 30 seconds left to play. Hall dumps it down low. Matheson with a high stick. Taking back them with the Canes. Hall up top. Pass is blocked. Back in the corner, though, for Blake. Blake up top. Right side then, Stankoven. Down low for Blake. Blake moves to center. A shot saved by Dobish. Rebounds there. They jab at that puck. It's loose. Stankoven up top to Miller. Miller right side. Another chance. Just wide. And back to center. Ehlers keeps it in barely. Canes, one more chance. Blake in front. And we run out of time. Thank you, Rock and Roll. I appreciate it, brother. And to the opening period here in in Montreal. Jakub Dobish tested. Shots were 14-5. 3 goals in that period. They came from Gostisbehere, Matheson, and Hall. And it is a 2-1 game after 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown till the second. And as always, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. We are 30 subs away from 7,100. We're also at 76 likes as well. Thank you all for your support. Can we hear my best Doc Emery impression? Do you mean Doc Emmerich? I don't know if I could do Emmerich. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to think. What is his best, What's his best call? The Stanley Cup. Martinez. Thank you, Redmond. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you all for the kind words. All right, going to make a clip of the Gossip Spear Girl. I thought my calls were okay. Feel like I'm like... The Matheson one, like, I kind of reacted a little bit late on that. The Hall one was all right. Should have took a shower before this. The Stanley Cup. Martinez. All right, how are we feeling, everyone in the chat? How are we feeling? Do I have a favorite commentator? It's between Kenny Albert and Jim Jackson. Kenny Albert and Jim Jackson. Jim Jackson's the Flyers broadcaster. Kenny Albert is awesome. He's phenomenal. His Olympic coverage was great, even though I was streaming most of it. I couldn't really hear it, but it was still great. So yeah, I would say it's Kenny Albert at number 1, Jim Jackson at number 2. I wasn't really, and I know people are going to get mad at me for this, I really didn't listen to that much of Doc. I got into hockey like 2017-18. I was like 11 years old at the time. Didn't really listen to that much Doc Emmerich, to be honest. Gary Thorne's good. Gary Thorne's good as well. My least favorite? That's a good question. Who's your guys' least favorite? And don't say me. You can say me, it's fine. I don't know. Least favorite commentator. I don't like Sean McDonough. And that's not because I don't hate Sean McDonough as a person. I just don't think he's a good commentator. I'm trying to think. Like generally speaking, most commentators are solid for me. But Joe Buck. Yeah, Joe Buck is understandable. Joe Davis, the Dodgers guy. Some people really don't like him. I need to shave. It's starting to show up on the screen. Hang on, I'm going to turn on my fan. A little hot in here. Joe Buck's okay. I think he's a good dude. He's okay though. Mike and Trip, those guys are good. Kane's guys, they're good. Pierre Maguire, yeah, people hate Pierre Maguire. And rightfully so. He's not the greatest. Have brooms for the Avs. Hey, we'll see. Hardest game to win is game 4. Matt Joe Buck in New York, nice. Danny Gallivan. Oh, who did he do it for? I'm trying to think. One of the Ducks commentators is extremely biased. Oh, what's his name? It's that guy with Grant Hebert, right? He's with Hebert. I forget his name. Stars guy's good too. I agree. There's not a lot of bad commentators in the league. Generally speaking, most of them are pretty solid. Thank you though for the kind words, Matthew. I think I know who Gallivan is, but I'm trying to think of who he did it for. John Miller's good too. I like John Miller. CBC, okay. All right, that's right. Yeah, he was on CBC. I don't really know a lot about the Canadian guys. The Canadian guys are obviously a bit limited for me because I live in America and I'm listening to the American commentaries more. Yeah, what's his name? The Vegas guy's good too. I enjoy him as well. What's cool about watching all 32 teams and myself commentating all 32 teams, I get to listen to basically every team's commentators in some sort. And there's a lot of them that I really enjoy. Detroit's guys are great too. Detroit's commentators are good as well. I really like them. Trying to think. The Sabres guys do a really good job. I don't know why I can't think of his name. The guy who used to do it, he passed away. Why am I blanking on his name? Rick Jurnett. Rick Jurnett is very good. Pretty close to listening to a Canadian. That's true. But I know Chris Cuthbert. I know a couple of the guys. Cuthbert's solid. He's not my favorite Canadian guy. You know who I really like? Randy Hahn. He does the Shark stuff. He does a good job. It's fun listening to him and honestly watching a Sharks game. I know Michael might disagree because he's a Kings fan. I think as a Knights fan, if we face Carolina in the final, we match up well against them, especially with the momentum, we can beat them. Definitely. This Golden Knights team looks like the hottest team right now in the playoffs. They're hot at the right time. Them firing Cassidy, even though Tortorella, many are saying they're not making a difference, or many are saying that he just came into a good situation, it's helped. It certainly has helped. Old enough to remember the 80, 81, 82, 83 Islanders. That was a long time ago, yeah. Cuthbert's best to listen to on mute. He's a little bit biased. Admittedly, he's a little bit biased. It's certainly something that is an issue. Why is it so fast? Why is it so fast? What the hell? Was skeptical when you heard that they fired Cassidy. That's fair. That is totally fair. All right. Goss's spare clip is made. Just got into a good situation. I do think some of the credit goes to him, though. He did, again, that team was definitely inconsistent. He's made them found some consistency. The way they're playing, it's been hard to beat. So, I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. And where is he going? You mean Cassidy? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up going. It will be. It'll be very interesting to see where he ends up going to. Definitely something to follow. All right. All right. Edmonton seems accurate, or Craig Berube for the Oilers is what I've heard. The great one. Wonder if we face the Habs in the final, Montreal have home ice advantage because of points, right? I'm not sure how that works. I think they would. Which is nuts. Vegas won, the Golden Knights won their division, and they wouldn't have home ice advantage over a team that finished third in their division. It's nuts. It shows how bad the Pacific was in terms of regular season numbers, but, you know. Whoever coaches them, Oilers is like nailing your own coffin shut. Hey, I think they have a chance, but they really need to make some moves this offseason to bolster the team a little bit. Yeah, got some work to do there with that team for sure. For sure. We'll get to their offseason outlook soon, actually. They're coming up. Flames had Peter, man. He's good too. Prefer Cassie to go to Toronto? That'd be interesting. Shows how bad the playoff format is. I agree. I do know Foster Hewitt. Foster Hewitt is he was like the many said he was ahead of his time. he was like the he set the standard, I would say, for hockey commentary. He really did. He set the standard. He was the first like real great commentator that's remembered. Have I done the Kings one yet? That's soon as well. I'm a little bit behind on that. I'll get to that soon. I have to get to my mini ones as well. I did post my mini one of the Kings, but I'm a little bit behind on my my other ones. I got to get on that. I apologize. I know. That'll be tomorrow's. Next one's Columbus. I think we have 3 more non-playoff teams. Then I get to the teams that are eliminated. You could be the next Foster Hewitt. That's a very I appreciate that, but that's a very big goal to set myself to. Only one I can handle. Even the Canadian ones suck. They trash the Habs constantly. A lot of them I've come to realize are very Maple Leaf leaning. And I mean, again, it makes sense because they're the biggest team in the NHL and in Canada and all that. So I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, how bad the Pacific Division is, everyone said that they wouldn't stand a chance against the Central Division teams, especially before the Western Conference Finals started. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, I do agree with that sentiment. I think Vegas has handled them pretty well. But I think generally speaking, like, yeah, the Pacific is bad. It doesn't mean the teams that made the playoffs are bad, though. They were some good teams. Anaheim was playing well. They were just young and struggling at points. I would argue the Oilers. The Oilers are a good team. They just came into the playoffs like really, really, like, just were not playing to their potential. Like, on paper, they should have been better than what they were. They just were not playing well this season. Like the old guy from Buffalo. Yeah, he's good. Do you mean Rick Giornetti? Knew the Habs couldn't afford that overtime loss? Yeah. If they won Game 2, then I'm optimistic heading back here to this series. Think Anaheim could win to the division next season? I agree. That team's going to be fun. That team is going to be a fun team to watch next year. Again, I know we're in the conference finals and such, and we're doing all that. I am so excited for next season. Like, I'm pumped already. Next year is going to be fun with more commentaries, and we're going to see new teams take more steps. It's going to be a lot of fun. Utah did good. Yeah, they did pretty good. They did do good this year. They made the playoffs. They'll be a team that'll be a threat in the coming seasons. What's up, T-Stat? All right, second period coming up here in just a moment. Yeah, the Trio Grande was goated. Yeah, you were talking about that, Mr. GG. That's just sick. Very lucky to have that. Also, Columbus could surprise everyone and make the playoffs, maybe. What's up, Austin? All right, guys, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. Second period is coming up. We are 30 subs away from 7,100. All right. Alex Carrier, game started at 8, but please join us now. Imagine telling someone in the past that Vegas and Utah will play each other in the playoffs. Tell somebody that, like 11 years ago. Tell them that in 2016. I don't know if they'd be like, what? Guessing it was about the Flyers. Think that they are coming on strong. I think it was Columbus we were talking about, Matthew, not Philadelphia. They could come strong. They have a lot of work to do, though. Gretzky said Canada couldn't do it without Marty. You mean Messier? Right? Messier? Yari Curry was good too. Don't. I think they mean Messier. Mark Messier, I believe. Curry was good. They had Grant Fuhr. They had Paul Coffey. That team was. Those Oilers teams were dangerous. They should have won like 5 cups in a row. If it weren't for that Steve Smith goal in 1986, I think they probably would have won 5 cups in a row. Tell them that a Vegas team could make their 3rd cup final in 9 years. Yeah, that's nuts. Like, I was thinking about that earlier. If they win like a third of their existence, they've been in the finals for 3 of them. That's nuts. Who has the best chance to win the Stanley Cup? I feel like it might be Vegas. I think the Golden Knights might get it done. All right, second period coming up. Hockey in the desert seems weird to me. A Canadian, even Florida, but I got over it. Feel bad for Arizona. Yeah, does suck. I think they may get a team back eventually. I think it can work. It just has to be the right way. Alrighty, everyone. Let's get ready for the start of the second period here in Montreal between the Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes. First period recap. Goals were scored by Shane Gostisbehere, Mike Matheson, and Taylor Hall, making it a 2-1 lead here for the Carolina Hurricanes after 20 minutes of play. Taking a look at your stats through 20, shots are 15-5 in favor of Carolina. Faceoffs are 55% in favor of the Hurricanes. Power plays, Montreal 0 for 1. Carolina gets a minute of power play time here in the second. Hits are 12-10 and block shots are 13-5. Second period is underway here. Here come the Canes into the zone up top. Svechnikov shoots it. That one goes up and out of play. Again, the Hurricanes get 47 seconds of power play time here now moving forward. Jackie Redmond talking to Rod Brindamore. So Taylor Hall with the go-ahead goal makes it 2-1. Carolina 4-0 on the road here in this postseason. Oakland got a bad hand, yeah. You mean the Athletics? Face-off won by the Canes. They will dump it back down the other way into the Hurricanes' end. Shane Gostisbehere gets it back. Gostisbehere with the opening goal of this hockey game. He'll drop it back to Ehlers. Ehlers into the zone. Gets around the D. Fires it. Saved by Dobish. And the rebound's covered up. 16 shots already here through not even 21 minutes of hockey here. Cocaine up Grant Fuhr's nose in them days. No wonder they won. Fair enough. Can the Ducks end their cup drought next season? Maybe, but I would say they're still a little bit away from getting a cup. Here's Gostisbehere off the boards then for Jarvis. Jarvis up top to Ehlers. Stolen back by Matheson. Puck is cleared back into the Carolina zone. Frederik Andersen off the boards. Aho. Back to Seth Jarvis. Power play comes to a close here for Carolina. Seth Jarvis into the zone. Up top, Svechnikov fires it wide. Gostisbehere at the point. Dumps it down low behind the net then. Aho to Svechnikov. Up top then Miller. Miller fires it down low down into the corner. Jordan Martinook battling forward with Dobson. Here come the Canes up top. Walker, a shot. That one is blocked. Carolina gets it back down low to the corner. Stolen back then by Montreal. Here's Philip Deneau with speed. Deneau will dump it down low into the Carolina end. K'Andre Miller. Cleared away then for Jordan Marnook. Thrown back to center. Hudson. Cross ice pass. Broken up by the Hurricanes. Miller in the Canes end. Miller will dump it down low into the Montreal zone. Dobish off the boards. Here's Dobson on the right side. Cross ice pass. Carolina tries to play it down low. Montreal gets it back. Here's Jake Evans now on the Montreal end. He'll backhand it off the boards, trying to get it to center. It's broken up by the Canes. It will go to center anyway. Canes will dump it down low. Dobish out of his net to play it. Hudson for Dobson off the boards to Jake Evans. Cross ice pass broken up. Here come the Canes. Blake into the zone. Pass up top. Hall's there. Broken up by Evans. He will clear it. And it's kept in though. Canes get it back. Montreal intercepts it as soon as I say that. And they take it down the other way. They will dump it into the Canes end. Carolina gets it there first. Stankoven battling for on the right side. Newhook gets it back. Here's Newhook on the right side. Battling for now behind the net then Slavkovsky. Battling for with Stankoven. Stankoven up top. Struble. Right side. Suzuki up top. Here's Cole Caulfield. Waits. Shoots it. Saved by Anderson. Rebounds there. Denied. And he'll cover. "91 likes on the commentary. We're 9 likes away from 100. Hit the like button on the stream down below. Shots are 16-7 here in favor of the Hurricanes, but Montreal getting some chances. Good shot on there by Cole Caulfield. Face off in the Canes' ends, won by Carolina. They will backhand it off the boards to center. Jarvis fighting with Matheson. He'll chip it off the boards to center. Canadiens get it back. It's Noah Dobson. Off the boards, Suzuki. Nick Suzuki into the zone for Caulfield. Suzuki down low in the corner, fighting for it now with Stahl. Nick Suzuki up top, fires it on. That one's blocked. Here's Slavkovsky, right side to the point then Suzuki. Tries getting around the D. Slav at the point, brings it around, fires it. That one goes wide there of Anderson. Carolina trying to clear it to center. A shot on there. Into the glove of Freddie. 3.5 minutes here into the opening, or into the second period. Canes still have the 2-1 lead. Shots do count. Shoot the darn puck, Habs. Yep. Why is there a 97 next to my YouTube name? When I made the channel, when I came up with the name when I was like 12, I used Connor McDavid's 97 as the 97 in my my thing. Face off one by the Hurricanes. K'Andre Miller will dump it off top. It's kept in then by Montreal. Cleared off the boards. Canes will play it to center. Jankowski dumps it back into the Montreal end. Struble off the boards. Lane Hudson behind the net. Robinson wraparound chance there. Stolen back by Montreal. Kirby Dach will backhand this one to center. Boldu, the pass was there. It's broken up. Jankowski battling forward then with Veleno. Grabbed back in the corner by K'Andre Miller. Chipped off the boards to center. Canadiens trying to get it back. Hudson off the boards. Back then for Jankowski. Down low, Miller. Cross ice to Walker. Walker off the boards to center. Carolina will backhand it down low. You're correct, Rock and Roar, I do. Here's Lane Hudson. Up top to Ehlers. Ehlers to Gostisbehere. Waits. Into the zone. A whistle blown dead and a penalty coming up. It is against Carolina, I believe. Who's my NFL team and baseball team? NFL I'm not a huge fan of. But I am an Eagles fan, technically. Philadelphia Eagles fan. They're solid. I root for them here and there. But I'm not really following the NFL as much as I am hockey. Baseball, I'm a Phillies fan. I love the Phillies. I really enjoy watching baseball. I can watch any baseball game. It's not for everyone. I know there's going to be some people who say it's really not fun. But I enjoy sitting down and watching a good baseball game. It's fun for me. I like to do stuff while I'm watching it too. It's really enjoyable. One of my favorite things. Power play for Montreal. Face off in the Carolina zones. One back by the Canes. Here's Slavin. Down low then for Jankowski. It'll slide back to center. Uri Slavkovsky trying to get it back. Over then to Suzuki. Carolina dumps it back down low then to the Montreal zone. Here's Dobish. To Lane Hudson. Hudson. To Caulfield. Caulfield into the zone. Hudson. Down low to Caulfield. Caulfield to Hudson. He scores! We are tied at 2. Lane Hudson with his third goal of the postseason, assisted by Cole Caulfield, and get this, Jakub Dobish with the secondary assist on that goal. We are tied at 2 apiece. It's a power play goal. Phillies won 3-0. Yes, sir. Love it. I haven't been able to follow it that much with all the streams. When there's a day game, though, I do watch. It's difficult, though, with all of the games going on around the same time as the Canes, or the NHL games. Lane Hudson with his third of the postseason. Here he comes again. Demidov now behind the net. Back over then to Deneau. Deneau trying to play it up top. Canes will take it back to center. Jackson Blake broken up there by Demidov. Grab back then by Carrier. Carrier will dump it into the the Hurricanes end. Keandre Miller brings it off the boards then to Taylor Hall. Here's Hall into the zone. Blake can't get the shot on. Miller, cross ice pass. Blake, a shot save there. Rebounds in front and cleared away there by Montreal. Here's Evans on the right side then for Stankoven. Pass in front, broken up then by Montreal. Newhook in the Canadiens end, back over for Gooley. Gooley up top to Hall. Off the boards then, Stankoven will dump it down low behind the net then. And Carrier gets it back for the Canadiens. Cleared away to center. Here's Aho. Off the board, Shane Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Jarvis. Jarvis shoots it, and that one goes high there of Dobish. Svechnikov to Aho. Sebastian Aho fires one on. It's blocked. Aho back on the right side, battling for it with Texier. Cleared back to center, and Carolina regroups. Nikishin in his own end. Chip back down low into the Montreal zone. About 6.5 minutes gone in the second. We are tied. Back into the Carolina zone then. Svechnikov clears it around behind the net. Canes trying to play it to center. Montreal keeps it in. Alex Texier tries to play it up to the point. Carolina steals it back. It's a 2-on-1. Aho into the zone. Pass to Jarvis is broken up. Seth Jarvis stolen back then by Dobson. Dobson to Philip Deneau. Deneau brings it into the zone. He'll loop it back around. Pass up top. Mike Matheson clears it around then behind the net to Chatfield. Chatfield will chip it off the boards. Back to center. Here's Ehlers. Up top. Jordan Stahl will backhand this one down low. Montreal battling for it. Then it's Kirby Dach alongside Marnook. In the Canadiens' end, Habs will break it away. 3-on-2. Kirby Dach into the zone. Will loop it back around. He'll dump it behind the net. Back up top to do a shot on there, saved by Anderson. Montreal with just 8 shots approaching the halfway mark. Here's Hudson. Carries it down low in the corner. Lane Hudson trying to get around the D. Fires it on. That one's blocked there by Slavin. Jacob Slavin will try and clear it to center. Broken up. Marnook will get it there. About 8 minutes gone here in the second period. Slavkovsky's got some room. Broken up then by Carolina. Jalen Chatfield in the Hurricanes then. Ahead then for Jankowski. Jankowski cross ice. Robinson fighting with Slavkovsky. Down low in the corner then. Nikishin battling for it. Alex Nikishin fighting alongside Anderson. Thank you for the sub, Austin. I appreciate it, brother. Carolina regroups now on their own end off the boards and back into the Montreal end. Hudson fighting with Robinson. Carrier battling for it as well. Cole Caulfield to center. Suzuki, a backhand pass. Into the zone, Slavkovsky. Up top, Suzuki, a shot. That one is blocked. Nick Suzuki. To the point, Hudson. Shot there is blocked. Good chance for Gooley. Gooley will recover from Taylor Hall. He'll dump it down low behind the net then for Suzuki. That'll be for on the right side. Carrier's shot goes wide. Caulfield trying to get it back. Stolen back by Carolina. Here they come. Pass up top then for Blake. It's just wide. And Montreal recovers. It's a really back and forth game here. Here's Slavkovsky. Try to get it back over then for Gooley. It's broken up by the Hurricanes. Here's Gostisbehere. 3-on-1. Blake. Desveta shot. Saved by Dobish. It sprawls wide. Alex Carrier. Down low then for Gooley. Cross ice pass. Into the zone with speed. Carrier. Up top. Suzuki. Shoots it. And that one goes wide there of Freddie. Carolina will bank this one off the boards to center. Racing for it with speed then is Mike Matheson. Chipped off the boards. Montreal gets it back to center. No hook for Demidov. He's offsides. Montreal does not like that. Sorry, my clock was way ahead. 10:29 to go here in this second period. Lane Hudson ties the game at 2. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. We have 290 people in here. Good to see you all tuning into the commentary. It's greatly appreciated. We're also at 108 likes, or 110 likes as well. So thank you all so much for that. We've done really well with all the likes in the commentaries recently. Thank you all so much. Yeah, I got to catch your breath. It's been back and forth the entire hockey game tonight, essentially. It's been a fun one, for sure. Want the Canes to win this series? One of your favorite teams? Nice. Always a great stream. Thank you, Delmer. Oakland got a bad hand? Yeah, they did. What's my favorite team? I am a Flyers fan. Flyers fan at heart. No issue with the Hurricanes, though. They're a good team. No issues with the Hurricanes. Oh, man. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. Sorry, trying to fix something here on my screen. Lane Hudson is the first defenseman in Montreal history with 10 power play points in a single postseason. Pretty phenomenal there for Lane Hudson. First defenseman in Canadiens history with 10 power play points in one singular postseason. That's pretty impressive when you think about it. 110-year team, at least 120-year team. And you're the first defenseman to have 10 power play points in one postseason. That's phenomenal. Montreal trying to play this one into the Carolina zone. Carrier gets it back for Carolina. Carrier into the Montreal zone. Up top then Nikishin. Waits, fires it. That one goes wide. Cleared up to the point. Nikishin shoots it. That one's denied there by Dobish. Philip Deneau. Backhanding it off the boards to the center. Nikishin a shot. That one goes wide. Robinson. Down low into the corner. Jankowski. Waits. Drops it back then for Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere fires one on and goes wide there of Dobish. Montreal trying to get it back to center. Evans fighting with Nikishin. Carrier back down low in the corner. Deneau battling for it then with Marnook. Philip Deneau on the Montreal end. Canes trying to get it back. Marnook backhands it around then for Ehlers. Ehlers behind the net. Moves in front. Saved by Dobish. Good chance there. Slavkovsky. Off the boards then to Josh Anderson. Carolina keeps it in. Gooley. Pass back then. Texier through center with speed. Texier fires one on. It goes up. And back down low to the corner. Here's Evans. On the right side. What's up, Jackson? How we doing? Stahl. Fighting alongside Demidov. Demidov fighting with Miller. Carolina will dump it to center. Into the zone with speed is Walker. He'll fire one down low to the corner. Svechnikov racing for it. Struble gets there first. Aho hits the referee. And Montreal takes it back the other way. It's a 3-on-3. Into the zone. Hudson moves it up top. Cross-ice pass down low. Evans, he nearly had a good chance, but it was broken up down low. That's interesting. Nicole. I think that's your name. Nini Como. Or Veronica. Sorry, I pressed on your channel. All right, Veronica. Cool. That's interesting. If the Knights win the cup, I have to buy them a jersey. Wow. And you get one. Cool. None taken, Heart and Spirit. I know not everyone's going to like my team, that's for sure. Plenty of Penguins fans do not like my team, but they like the commentaries. So, if that's what I get out of it, that's fine with me. 8:11 to go here in the second. We are tied. Thank you all for tuning in. Shots are 19-9. Good to see you have the proper home and away teams now. Thank you. Now my OCD will relax. I've actually been doing that recently. Since you said that comment, it does make sense. It does make sense to have Carolina at Montreal. So I try to do that now from now on. But yeah, it's good that I'm chilling your OCD. Shot off the shoulder on Dobush was nasty. Def don't miss. Getting like that, playing catcher. Oh, yeah. $8:11 to go here. Still in commercial break. What's my name? My name is Evan. Nordic, but you can call me Evan. It's fine. Whichever one's fine. What's my favorite AHL team? The Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Big fan of the Phantoms. They never do anything, though. They never do anything. They had some fun postseasons, but it usually ends against the Bears. Bong hits for the Habs. Remember the Broad Street Bullies, but things have changed. Oh, yeah, for sure. Way before my time. All good, Bond. Have a good evening, bro. Face off in the Montreal end is one of the Canadiens. They will try and clear it to center. ECHL, the Reading Royals. I actually do work for the Royals. Logan Stankoven. Back off the board, Slavin to center. Montreal gets it back. Cole Caulfield carries it into the zone. He'll loop it back around. Caulfield down low to the corner. Slavkovsky fighting with Slavin. Suzuki to Slavkovsky down low in the corner. Stankoven battling for it. Blake to Chatfield. Off the boards to center. Big hit there by Madison down low. Here's a loose puck. Blake comes in, shoots it. Saved by Dobush. He was way out of his net, but he still makes the save. Nice, Don. That's cool. I don't have cats, but my girlfriend has like 5. They have a lot of cats at their house. NBA. I don't really watch the NBA, but the Sixers. Kind of. Sixers are okay. I enjoyed them going down 3-1. I enjoyed them coming back from down 3-1 against Boston, but they got wrecked in the next round. But I could have told you that. I could have told you that was going to happen. Funny how both the Sixers and the Flyers got swept in the second round. That's pretty funny. Anyway. Shots 20-9 here in the second period. 7:31 to go. Face-off in the Montreal end. It's Newhook versus Aho. Face-off won by Montreal. Oh, sorry, Austin. Here's Gooley, right side, stolen back into the zone. Svechnikov denied by Dobush. Penalty coming up. Up top, Miller, pass over. What a stop by Dobush. What a block. He was out of position. He got over and made the save. Thank you, Philly fandom. I appreciate that, man. Go Flyers. I love your profile pic. Go Phillies. Power play coming up for Carolina. Svechnikov was tripped. Great save by Dobish down low. But there is a chance that Carolina can regain the lead here. We will see. Oh, it was a block from Carrier. That was a great block. It's Caden Gooley to the box for tripping. Up top is Jarvis. Power play ensues for Carolina. Stahl. Back to Jarvis' shot. That one's blocked. Cleared back down into the corner. Matheson will dump it off the boards and back into the Carolina zone. Freddie Anderson out of his net to play this puck. Shane Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere breaks it now through center. He'll drop it back then for Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers into the zone. Stolen back by Montreal. Dobson up top. Stolen back by the Canadiens yet again. It's a short-handed break. It's a 2-on-2. Deneau carries it in. He'll run time off the clock. Matheson gets it back. He'll dump it down low to the Carolina zone. Ehlers fighting with Deneau. Shane Gostisbehere gets it back then for the Hurricanes. Gostisbehere to Ehlers. Off the boards, Jarvis shoots it. Saved by Dobish. Rebound was there and cleared away. Canes cannot keep it in. It's Gostisbehere who fumbled the puck through his legs and back to center. Shane Gostisbehere into the zone. Broken up then by Montreal. Matheson down low. Clears it the other way. 40 seconds to go on the Hurricanes' man advantage. Miller in the Hurricanes' end. Miller drops it back. Crass ahead then for Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers waits. Down low to Hall. It's broken up. Taylor Hall now behind the net. Pass in front. Saved by Dobish. Rebounds there. Montreal will hold it. It's under Evans. And a whistle blown dead. As it was under Jake Evans. The Canadiens tried to hold it there. I don't think it's a penalty, but sometimes it is. I don't know. Celtics fan in California? Damn. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Shots are 23-9. Carolina putting on the pressure. Cleared off the boards and back to center. Stankoven in the Carolina end. Drops it back for K-Andre Miller. Miller dumps it into the Montreal zone. Mike Matheson battling for now behind the net with Ehlers. Ehlers trying to get it free. Power play comes to a close. Matheson fighting with Stankoven. Evans will backhand this one into the Carolina zone. Now down to 5 minutes left here in the period. Down the other way with speed is Jordan Stahl. He's broken up. He gets it back though down low in the corner fighting with Dobson. Dobson gives it up then for Suzuki. Suzuki to Dobson. Cross ice to Hudson. Broken up by Chatfield. And the Canes are offsides. Why is my clock so far behind? 4:46 left to go. We will step aside. We are tied. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. I don't really have a favorite game, I'm not going to lie. Will Canada ever win another Stanley Cup? Eventually. Eventually. It's funny how the conspiracy of Gary Bettman rigging it for the American team still stands. I bet you the first year he doesn't become the commissioner, he becomes the commissioner, a Canadian team will win the cup. I know who you're talking about, Hard Spirit. Hot Take Hockey used to do that a lot. I used to get rated a lot of times. It was interesting. Haven't got rated recently, though, probably because I've become bigger than what I used to be. Most important thing in commentary, knowledge of the players, team stats, analytics, names, country of origin, or emphasis on words. Kind of both. Kind of all of that, honestly. I would say, like, knowledge of the players and knowing the names. Like, you can commentate a game. You can commentate a game without really knowing anything, but you need to know the players, the teams, and, like, have previous knowledge of it. Icing here against Montreal at 4:36. I don't believe in Canada winning the cup. Lol, we're runner-up. Second best is amazing. Didn't know about rigging. Oilers had the number 1 overall out of 6 years. That's a good one. I meant like not rigging it, but there's a conspiracy out there that it is rigged. You all know who to call, though, when something's rigged, though. If you know, you know. Montreal gets it back on the right side. Veleno tried to clear it to center, trying to poke check it ahead. Carolina dumps it back down low. Whistle blown dead at 4:16. I think it might be an offsides against the Canes or something like that. Yeah, John, thank you. I wouldn't say I'm a star. I'm going to keep on working, but I never liked the raids. I like John. He's a good guy in Hot Take Hockey, and I have no disrespect to people who do raids and stuff like that. It's never been my thing. I don't like being on the receiving end of a raid, to be honest with you, because I feel like I didn't earn the subs or the views or anything like that. I like to earn things myself and work for them. It's so much more refreshing than, you know, somebody giving me 50 subscribers from their own channel off of like a raid. I'll talk about it more in the intermission. Here's Slavkovsky into the zone, fires it wide. I need to commentate the freaking game. Carolina trying to play it to center. Jalen Chatfield now in the Carolina end. He'll clear it off the boards for Aho back to center. Montreal gets it back. Noah Dobson now. Chipped off the boards and back into the Hurricane zone. Less than 4 minutes to go here in the second. What's up, Bob? How we doing? Up top, Dobson fires one on. Tipped in front. Saved by Anderson. That was a weird bounce. Carolina trying to get it back. They will clear it to center. It'll go all the way back into the Montreal zone. The Coyotes, Austin. I bring back the Coyotes. Lane Hudson chips it off the boards and back into the Carolina zone. Freddie Anderson trying to play it around behind the net then. Jordan Marnook battling for it down low in the corner. Marnook fighting with Deneau. Up top, Struble. Broken up by Marnook. He'll backhand this one to center. Here come the Canes. 2-on-1. Ehlers into the zone. Pass down low. Saved by Dobish. And Gostisbehere got a great chance, but he was denied. Jakub Dobish having himself a phenomenal night here again. Here come the Canadiens now through center. Hudson to Deneau. Canes will dump it back into the Montreal end. It's Jaden Struble off the boards. Hall fighting with Hudson. Stankoven on the right side. Chipped off the boards. Demidov ahead then for Philip Deneau. He will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Jackson Blake Back to center. He'll dump it down low into the zone. Stankoven, right circle, cross ice pass. Up top then, Slavin will play it down low. Matheson fighting with Blake. Over then for Demidov. Demidov on the right side to Deneau. 2 minutes to go now in the second. Sean Walker brings it through the neutral zone. Here comes Walker into the zone. Trying to move it to center. He runs into Dobish, and that is a penalty. The referee immediately raises his hand. Gooley is furious with Walker. He ran into Dobish, and that's a penalty. Thank you, Manny. Power play coming up for Montreal. Unless they got Gooley for something. But that'd be a little bit frustrating for sure. Wait a minute. Oh man, they got Evans for that. It's 4-on-4, I think. Oh, that sucks. Man, Gooley should not have done that. I mean, I get why he did it. No problem, user. Thank you. Oh, man. So Sean Walker got called for goalie interference. Then Jake Evans was punching him into the ground in the corner. And that resulted in another penalty for Montreal. So it's not a power play. It's 4-on-4. That sucks. That does suck for Montreal. Again, Dobish got ran into there, and it ends up being a 4-on-4. I understand why Caden Gooley made that play. You want to defend your goaltender. But sometimes, doing things like that, again, you're doing it right in front of the referee. So it is what it is. 4-on-4 coming up. A minute 51 remaining here in regulation, or in the first period. The 4-on-4 will carry over into the second briefly. Face off one with the Canes in the Montreal end. Sebastian Aho up top. Back over then, Stahl to the point. Jarvis trying to get around the D, brings it in, moves to center, saved by Dobish. In the corner, Jarvis, pass in front, jabbing at that puck. Montreal will play it back. It's a 2-on-1. Suzuki with Caulfield. Suzuki into the zone, waits through his legs, and Caulfield could not get it. What a play by Nick Suzuki, though. Up top, Carolina tries to clear, approaching the final minute of play here in the second. Sebastian Aho gives it back then for Jacob Slavin. Slavin will regroup with it here in the Carolina end. Back to K'Andre Miller. Here's Jackson Blake now through center. Blake will give it back then for Miller. K'Andre Miller into the zone. Pass over. Blake in front. He fired it wide. Jackson Blake battling for now behind the net then to Dobson. Noah Dobson to Suzuki. Pass to Demidov. Demidov to Dobson. He couldn't get enough on it. It goes wide. Carolina gets it back to center. Gostisbehere, 3-on-2. Into the zone with speed as Ehlers. He won the game in game 2 for the Canes. Right side to Miller. 30 seconds to go. Here's Blake up top. Gostisbehere could not get the shot on, and he's thrown back to center. Newhook fighting with Gostisbehere. Alex Newhook battling for it in the corner. Demidov gets it back for Montreal. He'll take it the other way. Cross ice pass. Hudson into the zone. 10 to go. He'll dump it down low. Newhook fighting with Gostisbehere. Newhook drops it back. 5 seconds left. Matheson behind the net loses the puck, and he runs out of time. End of the second period here in Montreal. Shots are 25-11 in favor of the Carolina Hurricanes, but we are tied after 40 minutes of play. We'll see what the third has in store. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for period number 3 momentarily. This is the countdown till the 3rd. And as always, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. What's up, Christine? How we doing? We are about 25 subs away from 7,100. Hit that subscribe button down below. All right, that was a good period. That was fun. All right, thank you all for tuning in. Crazy game. Thanks for the commentary. Thank you, Delmer. I am going to go to the bathroom really quick. I will be right back in just a moment. Alrighty, everyone, I have returned. Sorry about that. I used the bathroom super quick. Now time for the chair to fill in. Yeah. What's one city I would give an NHL team to? It's a good question. I think Houston deserves a shot. As much as people hate it, I think they deserve a shot. But that's just me. That is just me. Would love to see the Canes 2-flag logo, that original red jersey design. Yeah, that'd be great to see. For sure. I'm interested to take a look at that hometown remix concept. That'll be fun. All right. This game's been wild, yep. So, Chair, who is going to win? Who do you think, Chair? I don't know. He said Montreal. Really, Terry? Great game today, yep. What cities are in the running for a new team? Atlanta, Houston. There's a couple other teams that are in the running, too, that I'm forgetting. There's a handful. I'm trying to think. Winners going to the finals. Yep. 2 jerseys are to have leaked to Panthers and the Islanders. Yeah, they did leak those. They're interesting. They're good. Yeah, I'm blanking. Portland. You think Portland too, Michael? As a lifelong Habs fans admire the Hurricanes organization. Wouldn't it be funny if Kotkaniemi was playing? Bro hasn't played at all. $6 million in the press box. Still a really bad trade. I think Atlanta could work if they get a right owner and they're built the right way. That's the other thing too. If they're built the right way, I think Atlanta could work. Alaska, sadly, I see that never happening. I see Alaska not happening. At least not anytime soon. Atlanta already lost the Thrashers. They do not deserve a shot. That's fair. But they're going to be in the running regardless. It makes sense, especially if they're reconsidering a team in Atlanta. Yeah, That's true. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of decisions to make there in terms of expansion. I don't think it's happening soon, though. Hey, thank you, Surfson, for the 10. I appreciate it. Great game, great commentary as usual. Thank you, brother. Hope these donos don't get taxed. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. They do. They do. They do get taxed. It's a little annoying, but they do get taxed. It's all good, though. I still keep this the same. Again, the donos don't really matter to me that much. I mean, they do. I'm appreciative of them, but they're not why I do this. I do it to provide good commentary for you guys and practice my skills. But I do appreciate the donos. It means a lot. But yeah, they are taxed. I'm not sure how much, but they are. I'm not sure how much they're taxed, but they're definitely taxed for sure. Portland Tweezers is a ring to it. Kansas, that's a good pick. Kansas could be interesting. Is it going to be one or two teams? I think eventually it will be two. I think it's going to be two. If they're going to come in with a team, it's going to be two teams, most likely. But we'll see. Go Flames. Charlotte Checkers. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, I shouldn't say they don't matter to me. They do. They definitely matter to me. But they're not why I do this. Do I like trains? Sure. Updating the all-time stat sheet super quickly. No go, only one goal to report on there. No commentary clip out of that period. So doing some quick maintenance here, quick. With the right owner, I wouldn't mind a team in Arizona and Houston. I do think when the league expands, Houston will be the one. Rumor is 4 teams down the road. Yes, I agree. I think that's going to be what happens. That's probably going to be what happens, yeah. No taxes, aided sips. Is it not taxed? I don't know if it is. I actually don't know. Gotham City? I think they are taxed. They do tax them afterwards or something. Some of the revenue goes to YouTube, some of it goes to me, and then taxes I think are played into it as well. Why did the NHL give a team to the man in Arizona? I don't know, because they needed an owner, and he was not a good one. He had money. He wasn't good with it, though. And he wasn't about building relationships. He was all about, like, business, and that's not how you do things a lot of the time. I mean, you can be all about business, but you need to be better at, managing that with relationships and such. So I think that's the best way to explain it. What's the best sports team name? I like the, I do like the, oh man. Why am I blanking? I like the Mammoth. I think the Mammoth are up there for sure. Yeti would have been better. Quebec or Hamilton, there was too many American teams. I don't think they'll go back to Hamilton. Hamilton has an AHL team now. I don't see them going back to Hamilton. Quebec, maybe. The Canadian dollar is not in the right place, though, right now for it. But we'll see. Kansas City Royals. How about Philadelphia? They could use an NHL team. Yep, give them another one. I think we could use a PWHL team, actually. I would love for Philadelphia to get a PWHL team. All right, about 8 minutes to go to the third. Albany, too small of a city. Macon. Maybe for an AHL club. Eventually they'll expand, but it won't be anytime soon. I think there's a lot of things that the NHL has in mind before they expand. Milwaukee, that's a good pick. I think Milwaukee could be interesting, but they have an AHL team though. You got to keep in mind some of these cities have AHL teams. Carolina Mudcats. I agree, Angela. I agree. Nice. Hamilton Arena, where the AHL, PWHL playing team will play. They got $300 million to make over. Really? Wow. I guess that makes sense, though, if you're putting two teams in there, gotta redo that arena. I did see that, Craig. I did see that. I thought that was just funny banter. But, I don't know. He was originally, like, there in Florida, right? But there's a couple of instances where, like, you see that. And in reality, what was I going to say? And in reality, they're really only doing it for the publicity. They may not actually be a fan of that team. Some are, though. New Orleans would be great, but it'll never happen. Probably not, sadly. Put that new team in Albuquerque. That'd be interesting. I think they should do a minor league team there. Maybe not an NHL team, but a minor league team. Damn, that sucks, Jaden. Sorry to hear that. All right, about 5 minutes to go till the start of the third. Comment your predictions. We are tied 2 apiece heading into a very crucial third. Who's going to get the win? Will it be the Canadiens or will it be the Hurricanes? What do we think? Jakub Dobeš with his first career assist in a live commentary stream. That's pretty cool. Jakub Dobeš with an assist here in the postseason. I'm not sure there's a goalie with an assist here in the playoffs. I don't know. He might be the first one. Let me know if I'm wrong. I should look it up. All right, third period coming up. Do I think they will give Atlanta another try? They will. They're going to. I think it's inevitable. You may not agree with it, but I think it's inevitable. All right, period number 3 coming up. Cheering for that O word. Montreal to win. Montreal in the O word. Quebec or Hamilton? Quebec. We'd love the NHL to give it an expansion team and let it play 5 years in 5 different markets. That's interesting. They'll never do that, though. They would never do that. They have to have it established in one market. But I see the vision. I see the vision. Only put money in O word. I'm not going to say it, guys. You're not going to make me say it. Because if I say it, it won't happen. If I say it, it will not happen. So gotta not say it. Thank you all for tuning in to the streams. Doing really, really well. We don't need more teams. 32 is enough. I agree, but all signs point to expansion coming up soon. So whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. All right, third coming up. Sorry, texting the girlfriend. Albany, I just don't see that happening. It's too small. Too small of a city. Macon's interesting. They'd probably be minor league, though. Got dinner, chicken wraps? Nice. Do I think Team USA beats Austria? Probably. All righty, everyone. Let's get ready for the start of period number 3 here from Montreal between the Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes. Second period recap. The goals were scored by Lane Hudson to make it a 2-2 hockey game here after 40 minutes of play. Getting ready for the start of period number 3. Coming up in just a matter of seconds, taking a look at your stats through 40. Shots are 25-11. Faceoffs are 61% in favor of Carolina. Power plays, Montreal 1 for 2, Carolina 0 for 2. Hits are 22-9 in favor of the Canes, and block shots are 22-12 in favor of Montreal. 9 seconds of 4-on-4 time to open up this third period. We are underway. This should be a good one. Montreal has it here in their own zone off the boards. Ivan Demidov broken up then by the Hurricanes. Stahl to center. Dump back down low then by Montreal quickly. Chatfield cleared off the boards. Canes will take it the other way. Marnook to Stahl. Hill backhanded down low, and it's blown dead for, I believe, an offsides at 1936. 4-on-4 comes to a close. We are back to even strength. Yes, sir, Jack. We're getting better. We are getting better. How does it feel dating a Red Wings fan? Sometimes it's pretty insufferable. Face-off outside of the Montreal end. It's Matheson. In the Canadian zone, will clear it back into the Carolina end. Frederick Anderson backhands it off the boards. Caulfield fighting with Chatfield. Hurricanes will take it to center. Jarvis dumps it down low. Matheson gets it back then for Montreal. Cleared back into the Carolina zone. Jarvis on the right side. Seth Jarvis trying to play it to center. Here's Aho. Waits. Battling forward then with Matheson. Down low in the corner now, Noah Dobson. Dobson back for the Canadiens. Battling forward alongside Blake. Blake down low, up top. Stankoven a shot. That one goes wide. Here's Cole Caulfield. Off the boards to center. Walker will backhand this one down low. Carolina gets it back. Off the boards is Jackson Blake. Up top. And it's broken up there. Miller. Miller down low then for Taylor Hall. Hall battling forward with Cole Caulfield. Canadiens will get it back to center. No shots so far in this third. Lane Hudson behind the Canadiens' net. Bell Center is still loud and rocking. It's anybody's game from here. Hudson to center. Gostisbehere blocked back down low. Lane Hudson gets it back and regroups. Broken up by the Canes. Into the zone is Carrier. Pass up top. Stolen back then by the Canadiens. Carrier gets in there though and intercepts that puck again. Good play by Carrier. Loose at the line. Texier will backhand this one back into the Hurricanes' end. Shane Gostisbehere to Caden Gooley. Gooley will dump it down low. Carolina gets it back. It's Gostisbehere off the boards. He'll regroup in the Hurricanes' end now looking for options. Through center. Ehlers. Back down low. Battling forward on the right side then. Alex Carrier gets it back for Montreal. Sorry, I keep forgetting there's two Carriers in this series. Veleno to Boldu. Gooley comes in, fires it wide of Anderson. He's knocked out by his own teammate. Carolina takes it back the other way. It's Jordan Stahl into the zone, shoots it. Saved by Dobish. Down low now in the corner. Gooley fighting alongside Stahl. Montreal will chip this one back to center. Ehlers to Marnook. Broken up then by the Canadiens. They'll regroup in their own zone. You're very welcome, Weeble. Montreal dumps it down low. Carolina trying to get it back. They will attempt to clear to center. The Canes will get it there. Cross ice pass to Ehlers. Broken up then by the Canadiens and dumped back into the Carolina zone for an icing. .16:45. "12 years ago today, Marty St. Louis and the New York Rangers defeated the Montreal Canadiens 3-2 in overtime back in 2014. Ironically enough, Marty St. Louis now coaching the Montreal Canadiens. Shots 26-11 here. His team definitely needs some kind of a miracle, and by a miracle I mean more shots. Svechnikov into the zone. He's knocked down to the ground. Grabbed back then by Carolina. Here's Jarvis. Down low. Here's Aho. Back to Miller. Aho back up top. Walker gets around the D. Will take it behind the net. Sean Walker looking for options. Aho gets it back for Carolina. Sebastian Aho at the point. Cross-ice pass to Svechnikov. Andrei Svechnikov cleared back to center. Aho to Svech. Cross ice, stolen back then by Montreal. Evans to Matheson, who regroups. Yeah, DJ McCarr, I agree. Shots. Here's Matheson. Holding it behind the Montreal net. Mike Matheson to Slavkovsky will chip this one to center. Racing forward with speed is Struble. Struble fighting with Chatfield. Caulfield's there as well. Below the goal line, Logan Stankoven. Stankoven carries it through center. Dump back into the Montreal end. 4.5 minutes gone in the third. Blake in front, broken up there by the Canadiens. Suzuki chips it off the boards. Here come the Canadiens the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Suzuki to Caulfield. Pass down low, goes wide there of Anderson. Lane Hudson. Stolen back then by Carolina. They will backhand it into the Montreal zone. Caden Gooley in the Canadiens end. They'll regroup. Now Hudson off the boards to center. Stolen back then by Carolina in their own zone. Nikishin holds it back for the Hurricanes. Down low now, Shane Gostisbehere moves it through the zone with speed. Gostisbehere, cross-ice pass into the zone. Ehlers a shot. That one goes wide to Radovic. Stahl, down low. Taken back then by Philip Deneau, who poke checks it away. Battling for it on the right side then. Gooley gets it back in the Montreal end. Gooley to center. Anderson tried to get it there. Carolina breaks it off the boards. Marnook ahead then back into the Montreal end. Gooley off the boards to Anderson. Cross-ice pass. Carrier chips it down low. Philip Deneau trying to bring it in. Battling for it alongside Walker. Canes will play it up top. Taylor Hall. Ahead then, it's stolen back by Dobson. Noah Dobson then for Mike Matheson. Matheson, cross-ice pass. Not a lot of whistles here in this third period. We've been playing pretty much the entire way. And as soon as I say that, here's an icing. As soon as I say that, here's an icing. We will not be live tomorrow. I apologize, guys. We will not be live tomorrow. Tomorrow I have work, and I could not call off. It'll be the second to last time we will miss a game. After tomorrow and Friday, we're going to be live for every single game of the playoffs. Moving forward. Obviously, there's not a lot of games left, but, you know. Face-off in the Canes end, won by Carolina. They will play it to center. Struble. He'll dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Keandre Miller off the boards, trying to get it to center. And a whistle blown dead as puck went out of play, I believe. We are still tied, 2-2. Here with 13:41 to go in the third period. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We're at 158 likes. Maybe we can get to 200 here tonight. If we're lucky, we'll see. Got to work for it, though. That's for sure. Interesting, Terry. Don't say it, Steve. If I say the word, it's not gonna happen. We'll see, Steve. We will see. Potentially. Phillies won tonight. Let's go. Luzardo had a good game. 6 Ks in 6 innings. Could do better, but quality start. I'll take it. Gave up 4 hits, 2 walks. His ERA's lowering. Turner, 0 for 4 again, dude. Trey Turner, dude, what is going on? He hasn't had a hit in, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4 games? Oh, my goodness. Batting average, 221, yikes. Sorry, I'm talking about the Phillies. Anyway. All right, back here in Montreal. I won't say it, Steve. I can't say it. The O word. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for the sub, brother. Cool with a good one for sure. All right. Back here in Montreal, we are still tied at 2 apiece. With under 14 minutes to go. Here in the third. Face-off won back by Montreal. Carrier will dump it down low to the Carolina zone. Cleared off the boards. Back to center. Chatfield fighting with Demidov. Walker. Cross-ice pass to Robinson. Robinson down low then. Boldu battling for it. Stolen back by Veleno. One-on-one is Alex Carrier. Into the zone. He's got some room. Drops it around. Broken up there. Montreal gets it back. Demidov throws it up top. Gooley will dump it down low, or at least he tries to. Canes will steal it back and get it to center. Cross-ice pass broken up then by Gooley. Gooley off the boards. Evans will dump it back into the Carolina zone. Slavin off the boards to Aho. It's cleared all the way back down low into the Montreal end. 7 minutes gone here in the third. Chatfield drops it back then into the Montreal end. Matheson. There's I would say about 3 weeks left of games won. And that's up to you. I mean, I would, but there's 3 weeks left, I would say. Suzuki dumps it down low. Slavkovsky battling for it. Whistle blown dead. Due to an icing. Is that an icing? That is a weird call if it's an icing. As a Phillies fan, they should have signed a power bat. I agree. I 100% agree. I couldn't agree more. They don't have guys that can hit. And they have guys that can hit sometimes, but not consistently enough. You want a guy who can get base hits. That's the big thing. And they don't have any of that. Or a guy that can just, you know. They need a cleanup hitter. That's what they really need. Here's Chatfield up top. Trying to get around Slavkovsky. Jordan Stahl. Looking for options now. Battling for with Suzuki. Here's Stahl. Back to Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers at the point then. Chatfield waits. Comes in. Shoots it. Blocked by Slavkovsky. He will flip it off the boards. And back to center. Cole Caulfield into the zone. Then Suzuki. 2-on-2. Suzuki to Caulfield. Fighting with Chatfield. Down low in the corner. Carolina trying to get that one free. Cole Caulfield behind the net. Caulfield up top. Struble a shot. Saved by Anderson. Noah Dobson. Forced up top. Suzuki to Struble. Pass down low. Goes wide. Up top. It's Dobson. Dobson to Caulfield. Caulfield to Dobson. Right side. Moves in. Shoots it. He scores! It's Noah Dobson! The Canadiens have taken the lead. 11:32 remaining here in regulation. Noah Dobson with his first of the postseason from Caulfield and Struble. And Montreal leads 3-2. The shots don't mean crap. If you know, you know. The first shot of the period for Montreal, just the second shot overall here in the third. And Montreal coming from behind these pesky Habs. They now have a lead here in Game 3. And we have a coach's challenge. Oh, no. They are challenging this for offsides. Let's see the replay. Ooh. He might be offsides, folks. Cole Caulfield may be offsides. Oh, no. Oh, that's close. I think he might be offsides. I think this might be coming back. Do I think those 11 days off have hurt the Canes? No. Jakub Dobiš has been a brick wall. Montreal's just, I don't want to say they're getting the breaks they need, but they're finding ways to win. This might come back. This might come back. Referees are taking a look at it. To me, it looks like it's offsides. We'll see what the official call is here in just a moment. Let me resume my go out of my game and go into this. And after the review, no goal. The goal has come back at 12:01. We are going to go back in time a little bit. It is offsides. Calling the ice stands, no goal. It was offsides. So Carolina gets a bit of a break. The faceoff is going to come back in the Montreal end at 12:01. We are back to being tied here at 2 apiece. If it takes a while, then no goal, yeah. Goal is deemed offside, so we will play on. Face-off won by Carolina. Slaving a shot. It goes wide there with Dobiš. Chatfield battling forward in the corner then with Josh Anderson. Carrier trying to get it free. Down low now. Here's Deneau. Broken up by Blake. Stankoven off the boards then for Taylor Hall on the right side. Hall Back now at the point, fires one down low to the corner. Blake gets it back then for Carolina. Here's Jackson Blake up top. Hall fires it into the glove of Dobish at 11:29 to go. Noah Dobson scores the goal, but Cole Caulfield was just offsides. So they wave it dead, and we will play on. So again, Montreal still looking for their first shot of the period. Carolina up to 27 shots. Living and dying by a handful of shots makes that offsides even more brutal. Yeah, I agree. Face off in the Canadiens' end. Struble clears it around behind the net then to center. Here's Jake Evans. Evans for Hudson. Into the zone. Newhook shot. That one goes wide. Montreal trying to get it back. They'll clear it to center in there. Canadiens' end is Struble. 9 minutes in here to the third. Carolina will chip it off the boards back to center. Battling for it then and tripped to the ground is Aho. We'll see if that's a call. It doesn't look like it. Here's a shot from Walker. It goes wide. Up top, Jarvis waits. Down low then in the corner. Aho. Off the boards to Svechnikov. Svechnikov at the point for the Canes. In the corner now, Demidov trying to get it free. Here's Jarvis. Battling for it on the right side then with Demidov. Behind the net then Aho. Up top. Shot on. Saved by Dobish. Jakub Dobish making the saves. Andre Miller right side to Svechnikov. Broken up then by Lane Hudson. Hudson will come back and regroup in his own end. Approaching the halfway mark of the third period. We are still tied. A goal caught off for offsides earlier in the game. Hudson off the boards to Caulfield. Matheson will backhand it down low into the Carolina zone. Ehlers on the right side then for Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky to Cole Caulfield. Cross ice pass to Dobson. Dobson a shot. Saved there by Anderson. Puck will chip off the boards to center. Montreal has now matched their shot total from Game 2. Slavkovsky to Suzuki. Broken up. Matheson off the boards and a whistle blown dead as down on the ice is Jordan Staal. Something's coming of that for sure. Habs did much better than expectations this year. These teams are super tough outs and sometimes champs. Yep, you are correct. I think Montreal is playing solid. They're just outmatched, I feel like. But they're staying in the series. Jakub Dobish has done that. Power play coming up for Carolina. Here coming up in the third period. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are about 20 subs away from 7,100. Copyright, Downey. Copyright. They have a system, yep. Shots are 28-12. We got a Hurricanes power play coming up. $9:39 to go here in the third period. We have a Carolina power play coming up here now in just a moment. The Hurricanes are 0 for 2 in this game tonight. They are 0 for 7 in the season series. How many subs have I gained over the playoffs? Nearly 2,000. It's been a phenomenal playoffs. Face-off coming up here now in the Montreal zone. Maybe the Hurricanes can finally break through. We will see. Face-off is a tie-up. It's won by Montreal. Newhook will dump this one all the way back down the other way. Freddie Anderson out of his net to play this puck. He'll give it up then for Sebastian Aho. Here's Aho dropping it back off the boards and back into the Montreal zone. That is Aho to Jarvis, broken up by the Canadiens. Newhook will dump this one down again the other way. Carolina once again left scrambling. Montreal's power play, granted they struggled against Buffalo. They've done a much better job here against this Canes power play, who's had struggles of their own as well. Gostisbehere up top, shoots it, and that one goes wide there, Adobish. Nikolai Ehlers on the right side. Sebastian Aho up top. Here's Ehlers to the point. Ehlers down low then. Jarvis up top. Gostisbehere off Adobish and wide. Canes battling for it in the corner. Aho behind the net then for Jarvis. Jarvis gets around Carrier. Below the line then is Aho. Right side then for Ehlers. A shot goes wide there, Adobish, and back into the neutral zone. Carolina can't get anything going here. The struggles on this Canes power play. Stankoven. Second unit comes out on the ice now into the zone with speed. Knocked down to the ground was Taylor Hall. Cleared around behind the net then for Jackson Blake. Blake down low. Ehlers up top. Saved by Dobish. Here's Ehlers. Cross-ice pass. Broken up by Montreal. Here they come the other way. Into the zone. Jake Evans comes back and regroups in his own end. Caden Gooley in the Montreal end. Back for Newhook. Newhook, a cross-ice pass. Will dump it into the Carolina zone. Power play is over. That was a great kill by Montreal. They've really limited Carolina's offense on the power play, just everywhere else. Here's Stankoven to Blake. Blake fires it. It's blocked by Blake himself. So obviously he couldn't get it on of his teammates blocking it. Here's a 2-on-2. Slavkovsky over for Carrier. Nice little pass there, but it's broken up. Here's Suzuki into the zone. Poke checked away. And now Stankoven with speed will bring it to center and dump it down low. 7 minutes left to play in regulation. Time ticking down. Slavkovsky into the zone will dump it. It's offsides at 6:58, so never mind. Offsides as soon as I say that. We have 415 people in here. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like button down below and subscribe if you are new. It would be greatly appreciated. We're at 7,000 views on this commentary. That's crazy. And we still got time left. Stream's already doing better than what Game 2 did. So thank you all so much for that. Face-off outside of the Carolina zone. It's won by Montreal. They will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Nikishin fighting with Veleno. In the corner, Zach Boldu. Behind the net then for Carrier. Trying to backhand it to center. He'll get it there. Jordan Marnook dumps it back into the Montreal zone. Dobish out of his net. Plays it down low. Cleared off the boards now on the right side. Boldu will play it all the way up in the air to center. Kirby Dog back to Nikishin. Stolen back by Carolina. Here's Stahl into the zone. He's got some room. He'll get around Boldu. Down low now in the corner. Carolina battling for it. Struble to Boldu. Broken up by William Carrier. Montreal gets it back. It's Joe Veleno. Veleno will dump it into the Carolina zone. Battling for it now in the corner. Thank you, Matthew. And thank you, Glenn. Doing the best I can. 5-man battle for it in the corner here now. It's still tied up under Kirby Doc. Carolina will bank this one to center. Try to send a breakaway. Here it comes. It's Aho 1-0. Comes in. Saved by Dobish. Oh, he's right at the line. He slid into the net. He was right at the line. I think he kept it out. They might take a look at this. He was sliding into the back of the net. But I believe he kept it out. We'll take a look at this replay here, though. Yeah, I think he kept it out. Oh, man, right at the line. It was inside of Dobish's pads. He was sliding himself into the net, but he stopped himself before they could argue that puck crossed the line. Thank you, Matthew. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. We're at 400 people, over 400 people here in the commentary. Oops. Oh, man. The Knicks sweeped. Wow. The New York Knicks are on to the NBA Finals. When was the whistle? The whistle is what matters. I think the whistle was... I have no idea. I actually have no idea. I shouldn't lie about it. I have no idea. Shots are 30-12. Dobish keeps on making the saves. He's playing the way he needs to. Again, guys, we will sadly not be live tomorrow for Game 4 of Colorado-Vegas, but we will be live for Game 4 of this series. And hopefully Colorado-Vegas goes to Game 5. I certainly hope so. All right, back here in Montreal, Sebastian Aho with a great chance on Dobish. Dobish barely keeping it out of the net, although he slid into the back of the net. You see on the replay, his puck was not across the line. You could see the puck in his pads. It was not across the line. That's a great shot. Meaning a great picture of that puck. Here's Dobson dumping it back down low into the Carolina zone. Coming down on crunch time here. 5.5 minutes to go in regulation. Matheson fires it. Saved by Anderson. Texier fires one on. Another stop there by Anderson. Mike Matheson battling for it on the right side. Matheson to Deneau. Philip Deneau fires it on. The one goes up and out of play at 5:03. Not sure why I was so far behind, but whatever. Sorry, Bryant. I've been trying to change it. I don't know. I just, it's something I struggle with. I think it's just my accent. I think it's my Philly accent or something that sounds like I'm saying it the wrong way. Vegas. Vegas. I don't know. Face off in the Carolina zone. Won by Montreal. Shot on his block. Slavkovsky the rebound. That one was blocked as well. Canes will try and get it to center. Cross-ice pass. Off the board. Zealers one-on-one with Hudson. He'll dump it down low into the Montreal zone. They'll try and clear it to center. Slavkovsky. Broken up then by Carolina. Montreal will dump it back down low into the Carolina zone. Walker. Off the boards. Marnook. Try to get it to center. Sean Walker now in the Carolina zone will look for options ahead then for Ehlers, who will dump it down low into the Montreal end. 4.5 minutes to go. Lane Hudson holding it down low behind the Montreal net. He'll clear this one to center, or at least he'll try to. Turnover there. It's offsides. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to fix it. I mean, again, I talked about it before. I want to get better. I mean, I don't really know what it is, honestly. I feel like it is my accent because I've been trying to say it a different way, but I don't know. I feel like it's my Philly accent or maybe the way it's coming off on the commentary. I don't know. Face off at center. And of course they go to the Cup final. Of course they go to the Cup final. The Vegas Golden Knights are the Stanley Cup champions. Puck will slide back into the Carolina zone. Shane Gostisbehere. Demidov tried to hit him there. He missed the hit. Here's Aho. Cross-ice pass broken up by Evans. Will bank it to center. Nikishin. Back in the Carolina zone. Under 4 minutes to go in regulation. Jarvis, a cross-ice pass to Aho. Sebastian Aho will dump it back down low into the Montreal zone. Carrier, big hit there by Svechnikov in the corner. Battling for it on the right side, it's Newhook. Cross-ice pass, Slavin trying to get it back. Slavin to Aho. Aho, cross-ice into the zone. Svechnikov, broken up then by Montreal. Canadiens will take it back to center. Newhook brings it in. Drops it back, or at least he tries to. It's broken up by the Canes. Jalen Chatfield now in the Carolina zone. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Off the board, Slavin. Chip back into the Montreal end. Lane Hudson. Off the boards for Cole Caulfield. Caulfield, as time winds down, breaks it through center. He'll get through the D, broken up by the Canes. Jankowski will dump it to center. Hudson to Caulfield. Broken up then by the Hurricanes. It's Slavin who will dump it back into the Montreal zone. Hudson to Gooley. Gooley to Suzuki. Trying to carry it into the zone. Slavkovsky gets around the D, fighting for it alongside Blake. Tie up behind the net. Caulfield fighting with Blake. Montreal trying to get it back. Here come the Canes the other way. It's a 2-on-1 into the zone. Hall trying to get it to Stanko, and the pass was blocked. He'll battle for it down low, though. Blake gets it back. Hall a shot. It's blocked by Gooley. What a block by Caden Gooley. Nikishin up top to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere dekes in, broken up by Slavkovsky. He will clear to center. Texier trying to get the loose puck. And broken up there by the Hurricanes. Gostisbehere off the boards to Blake. Jackson Blake fires it on. It's blocked. Montreal gets it back. Gooley chipped off the boards and back into the Carolina zone for an icing in a minute 40. Against Montreal. Hey, Jen, thank you for the $1 dono. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Time winding down here in regulation. A minute 40 to go. 100 seconds exactly. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. Face-off won by the Canes. Slavin a shot. Saved by Dobish. Alex Texier gets it back then for Montreal. We'll dump this one down the other way. Chatfield back for the Hurricanes. Cleared off the boards to center. Marnook backhands it in on Dobish. He'll cover up. That's your tat. Nice. Dobish playing it safe. Montreal with 2 shots in this third period. For those who are wondering, Carolina has 7. A minute 23 to go. The face-off. Deneau versus Aho. It's won back by Montreal. Carrier clears it all the way back to center. Chatfield gets it then for the Hurricanes. Off the boards is Slavin. To Chatfield, who will dump it down low to the Montreal zone. Last minute of play in regulation. It's Matheson to Newhook. Chatfield trying to break it up. Svechnikov down low in the corner will clear it off the boards and back down the other way. Icing against the Hurricanes with 55 seconds to play. Now Carolina cannot change. Don't say it. I'm not going to say it. It's the top line of Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield, and Dobson and Hudson out there on the ice. The face-off is a tie-up. Carolina trying to win it. Montreal will try to play it back. Chatfield back over them for Svechnikov. Will dump it to center. Jarvis racing for it. Noah Dobson gets there first down low. Here's Lane Hudson. Moving it through center. Hudson to Caulfield, who dumps it into the Carolina zone. 30 seconds left to play. Off the boards. Shot on there goes up and wide. Less than 30 to go. It's Jarvis. Cross ice pass. The puck is missed. And an icing called again against the Hurricanes. This time it's the Hall, Blake, and Stankoven line out there. Not happy about that is the Hurricanes. Shots are still 32-13, 24 seconds to go. A very crucial face-off coming up. Face-off in the Canes end. Stankoven versus Evans. Off the draw. Carolina wins it. Miller will dump it to center. Back into the Montreal zone. It trickles. Noah Dobson gets it back for the Canadiens. Off the boards, Ivan Demidov. 10 seconds to go. Evans to center. Canes bring it back. Blake fighting with Dobson. 5 seconds left. And folks, I will say it. For the second straight time in this series, we are headed to overtime. We know it's going to happen, so I'm going to say it. We are headed to extra time here in Montreal. 60 minutes was not enough. Shots after 60, 32-13. Incredibly lopsided. We will step aside for a brief moment here, about 15 minutes or so. And we will get ready for overtime coming up in just a moment. But that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for overtime momentarily. This is the countdown till OT. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. We're currently at 197 likes. That's awesome. Hit that subscribe button as well. We are 15 subs away from 7,100. All right, how we feeling, everyone? Overtime coming up here from Montreal. $8,000 views here on the commentary. Set a high of 631 people in here. Good to see you all joining in the wonderful commentaries. I appreciate it. Who do we think's going to win? Comment your prediction in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to win Game 3 here tonight between these two teams? It's only fitting we get overtime, because obviously we will not be live tomorrow, sadly. So good that we get some extra hockey here. Dobish shuts the door in the third again. What more can you ask for? Shots. Outside of Dobish, no. You give Dobish $20 million in the offseason. But you certainly ask for shots from the Montreal committee. I see what you're doing there, Scott. I see what you're doing there, Scott. All right. We'll take some time. We'll take a bit of a break. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. No goals in that third period. There was a goal, but it was called off due to offsides. So we will wait for overtime now. We'll do a goaltender check. We haven't done a goalie check yet today. For, I believe, Carolina, Freddie Anderson, 11 saves on 13 shots, 846. Another meh game for Freddie, but again, he's not facing a lot of shots. So he's not playing terrible, but he's not facing shots to improve his save percentage. And then on the other side, Jakub Dobish, 30 saves on 32 shots. He has a 938. Or 30, yeah, 30 saves on 32. He's 938. Dobish has been awesome. It's been great to see Dobish playing the way he has in this series. All right, so yeah, we'll take a moment here to chillax. Happy Memorial Day to everybody who celebrates in the U.S. To everybody else, happy Monday. Sorry that it's Monday. You know. Winner will be winner. 3-2 for like 5 minutes. Why not just change it after the game? Mark, it was called due to offsides. They blew the goal dead due to offsides. So there you go. What's up, Jennifer? How we doing? Philip Deneau with the overtime goal. That's a good pick. Doesn't he have an overtime goal in his career? Today to me feels like Sunday, not Monday. That's fair because it is a holiday and usually people are off on Memorial Day, so I totally understand that. I totally get what you mean. Demidov goal after 5:37. Okay. I like the specificness. Glad I didn't back neither fully, but both equally. Appreciate the good game, too. Yep, it's been a fun game. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, Michael, that guy. That guy. What, Cadence? What's up, Cadence? Already Tuesday morning in Australia. Nice. Kudos to the Montreal netminder. Looks like another Patrick Waugh. Yeah. Aloha from Cali. What's up, Spider-Man? How we doing? I'm feeling good. Feeling great here tonight. We are about to get 9,000 views on this commentary. We could get 10,000 tonight. That'd be pretty sick. It's not often we get 10,000 views. We've only had 10 of them all time in nearly 300 streams. Chicken butt. I figured that would be what came out of your mouth. 6 a.m. in Greece. Nice. Just waking up. Ready to watch the remainder of this game. Canadians are the ultimate get outshot but still win games. I agree. Shaking my head when I heard Deneau's name. I bet he was not good for y'all. Not this season, at least. This season, he was not good for y'all. Really. Prefer chicken legs and neck buck. Can I gritty for 20 subs? No. I used to gritty. Thank you, Spider-Man. I appreciate it. You're doing well. No, I don't do gritty anymore. I retired from dancing. You don't want to see it. Edmonton couldn't do what Montreal's doing now. Classic. Yeah. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hiller's fault. Will it go to a second overtime? I say yes. Maybe. It seems like it seems like it could be one of those games where it goes that way. I don't know. It's such a like back and forth kind of game. There's not a lot of shots. Defensemen are playing well. I could see it. But we'll see. Obviously, we'll see. Oh, was there a no-hitter today? There was a combined no-hitter today. Really? All right, about 7 minutes till overtime, folks. My clock's a little bit behind. There was a no-hitter today. Oh, really? Yeah, there was. Wow. That's crazy. And the leading pitcher only pitched 6 innings. Wow. 9-0 win, and they had a no-hitter off of that. Nice. That's cool. It's not really a no-hitter, but still cool. Does YouTube have a 10K subs wall plaque? They should, but they don't. They only have 100K and 1 million. And I think, obviously, above that they have stuff. But we're a ways away from 100,000. Explain a no-hitter. A no-hitter is you know how, like, teams in baseball, they get base hits and stuff? And, like, to get on base? A no-hitter is where you don't allow any hits. Like, any base hits at all. It's very hard to do, especially in this age of MLB. They didn't have one at all last season. They didn't have one since 2024. And today the Astros got one, which is pretty bizarre. First no-hitter since 2024. To be fair, Astros probably use trash cans. 10 out of 10. Do I stream any other sports after the finals? I would love to stream like baseball, but I don't know enough about it to stream it. Rangers got swept by the Angels and then couldn't hit the bottom of the rotation of the Astros. Oh, buddy. What are the Vegas odds? They're probably pretty good. I don't really follow the odds and stuff. Generations have passed and no cup for Canada. Eventually they'll get one. Soon. All right. No-hitter can have walks and errors, yes. A no-hitter can have walks and errors. A perfect game involves none of that. A perfect game is just no hits, walks, or errors. Yeah, what you said. No-hitter is rare, yes. It did not happen at all last year. It's very rare in this era of baseball where there's a lot of hits. A lot of base hits. Like, it's very rare for a team to not get a base hit at all. There was one that almost happened like a week or two ago. It was the Athletics against the Angels. Actually, I think it was the night of Game 7. We got done Game 7 and there was a no-hitter, and I turned it on, and then, of course, they had a base hit. I'm like, of course. Probably because I turned it on, to be honest. All right, we got 3.5 minutes to go here until the overtime frame. It is now time to do our prediction. Who do you guys think is going to get the overtime winners? Comment your player prediction in the comment section down below. All right, for Montreal, I'm going to go Caden Gooley. For Carolina, I am going to go Jarvis. Those are my picks. Montreal, Gooley, Carolina, Jarvis. Coaches keep a close eye on the amount of pitches thrown too. Yep, you're right on that too. 4 OT, I'll cry. I will cry. Goalie goal. Jarvis, Suzuki, Stahl, Caulfield. I see Taylor Hall in the chat. Got some good picks. You got some good picks for sure. Hardest trophy to win is the Memorial Cup, no contest. It's up there for sure, I agree. Suzuki, Montreal, Caulfield, and Aho. Jake Evans, okay. Nolan Ryan had 12 one-hitters. Yeah, one-hitters are rare too. It's difficult to only have one hit or to only allow one hit. I would say complete games are more common than no-hitters. Complete games is when a pitcher completes the entire game. That's rare. It's rare, but it's not that rare. Wouldn't mind Suzuki. Okay. All right. Got some good picks. We'll see what happens. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like button down below. We are currently at 215 likes. You guys are incredible. Subscribe down below as well if you're new. We're 11 subs away from 7,100. Would love to hit that here tonight. We are approaching 10,000 views here on the commentary as well. That's great. Nolan Ryan also gave the most walks. I believe that. All right, overtime coming up in a matter of moments. Still in commercial break right now, but kind of added up the time on there to here. All righty, we are back here in the Bell Center, or Center Bell, for overtime here tonight. We ended Game 2 in overtime. We will see how long it takes for this one to end in overtime as well. Montreal, the 7th overtime game this postseason, tied for the second most in franchise history. The record came in 1993. And it's ironic because we mentioned 1993 many, many times. Taking a look at your stats through 60, shots are 32-12 in favor of Carolina. Faceoffs are 57% in favor of the Hurricanes. Power plays, Carolina 0 for 3, Montreal 1 for 2. Hits are 31-20 in favor of the Canes, and blocked shots are 30-14 in favor of Montreal. Lane Hudson tied the game in the second period. We have had no goals since. Got to have one eventually, though. Overtime is underway here in Montreal. Keandre Miller trying to bank this one to center. Chipped off the boards to center. Here's Ehlers dumping it down low to the Montreal end. Lane Hudson on the right side. Carrier, cross-ice pass. Alex Texier back over then for Hudson. Lane Hudson loops it back around in the Montreal end. Hudson head. Suzuki a breakaway. He fired it wide. He had a 1-0, and he fired it wide of Freddie Anderson. Just wide there. That's tough. Here comes Jarvis. Ahead then for Svechnikov into the zone. He'll try to drop it back. Montreal will take it now through center. Suzuki into the zone for Slavkovsky. Battling for it on the right side. Canes will chip it up top. Madison fires it. And that one goes up. And out of play. I think it went off the post. Oh my goodness. I think that went off the crossbar. Thank you all so much. We have just crossed over the 10,000 view mark on this live commentary stream. It's the 11th time we've gotten a live stream over 10,000 views. The 3rd time here in this postseason. Face off in the Carolina zone. Dobson a shot. That one is blocked. Up top, Dobson to Demidov. The pass is broken up. Battling for it in the corner then is Sheffield. Ivan Demidov below the line. Up top, Dobson a shot. That one is blocked. Here's Newhook. Trying to play it up top. Alex Newhook battling for it on the right side. Then Evans. Dumped around to the point to Lane Hudson. Hudson to Demidov. Ivan Demidov will dump it down low to the corner. Evans back to Stankoven. Played off the boards by Slavin. Chatfield to Stank. 2-on-2. Stankoven to Hall. Hall into the zone. Shoots it. That one's blocked. Jackson Blake gets it back down low in the corner. Noah Dobson battling for it then. Dobson will get it back then for Montreal. He will chip it back into the Carolina zone. Freddie Anderson out of his net to play this puck. It's Shane Gostisbehere now. Cleared off the boards and back to center. And into the Carolina bench. Thank you, Todd Squires. I appreciate it. I've heard that a couple of times. Foster Hewitt really set the standard for hockey commentary for sure. One of the best. No shots so far here just yet in this overtime. Jakub Dobeš guaranteed a save percentage above 900. Face-off outside of the Montreal end is won by the Canes. Ehlers will dump it down low into the zone. Alex Carrier getting it back then for Montreal, fighting alongside Marnook. In the corner, Matheson. Fighting with Jordan Marnook down low. Carrier trying to get it back for Montreal. It's a tie-up behind the net then. Matheson will get it for the Canadiens. Here's Matheson. Cleared ahead to center. Texier dumps it down low. It's broken up by the Canes. Carolina will chip this one back into the Montreal end. Matheson behind the Canadiens' net. Mike Matheson carries it through center. He'll bring it into the zone around the D. Poke checked away there by Marnook. Jordan Marnook will dump it to center. Robinson racing for this puck. It's broken up then by Montreal. They will dump it down the other way. It's an icing at 17:06. So a face-off coming back in the Montreal end. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. A little under 3 minutes gone here in this overtime frame. Face-off coming up here again now. It's Aho versus Danault. Carolina wins the draw. Gostisbehere at the point. He'll backhand it on. It's blocked. Montreal will dump this one back into the Carolina zone. Taylor Hall back for the Hurricane. Nikishin for the Hurricanes. He'll move it in. Fires it. Gloved by Dobeš. He's got it. 31st save of the game for Jakub Dobeš. He's been a wall. $16:49 to go here now in the overtime. Carolina out shooting Montreal by 20 to this point. Face-off, Suzuki versus Aho. Off the draw, Montreal wins it. Juraj Slafkovsky clears it all the way back. Out of play at 16:42. I believe we have surpassed the amount of time it took for Nikolai Ehlers to score in overtime. I might be wrong. Carolina undefeated in overtime. Montreal, I believe, is 4-2. Face-off win by the Canadiens. Again, we mentioned that this is Montreal's 7th overtime game here in the postseason, the second most in their franchise's history. Svechnikov ahead for Jarvis. Jarvis will dump it down low to the Montreal zone. Hudson off the boards to Suzuki. Suzuki to Slafkovsky. Slafkovsky to Gooley. Gooley into the zone. Fighting with Chatfield. Trying to play that one up top. Slavin trying to backhand it to center. Puck will come out to the neutral zone. Montreal will just dump it back down low. Frederik Andersen clears it off the boards. Ahead with speed then is Blake. Jackson Blake knocked down to the ground by Demidov. Noah Dobson will attempt to chip it to center. It slides back into the Carolina zone for another icing at 15:51 as Demidov gets into it with Blake. They exchange some words and some smiles, I presume. I mean, Demidov was smiling. So they have removed the shot for Montreal. Canadiens with just one shot in the third period now. They're down to their total in Game 2, 12. In front, Pollock chance is broken up. Carolina keeps it in up top. Shot on is blocked as well. Canes get it back in the corner. Demidov battling for it down low with Stankoven. Stankoven on the right side, fighting alongside Walker and Demidov. Demidov in the corner. Trying to clear it to center. Kept in then by Walker. Walker to Stankoven. Pass up top. Blake a chance. Rebound there for Miller. It goes wide. It was in the crease, but broken up then by Montreal. Here's Stankoven below the line up top. Hall could not get the shot on, and Montreal will get away with it for now. They clear to center. Miller will dump it down low. Dobson to Matheson. Montreal running down some time so they can get some fresh legs out there. Puck is cleared back to the Carolina zone. Jordan Stahl trying to get it to center. Hudson battling for on the right side. Shot on there is tipped just wide there. Adobish. Nikishin stolen back by Montreal. Here's Josh Anderson. Chips it back into the Carolina end. Behind the net, Philip Deneau fighting with Nikishin. Texier up top. Struble waits, fires it on. It's blocked. Carolina will dump it back into the Montreal end. 5.5 minutes gone here in the overtime. Hudson chip back all the way down into the Carolina zone. And another icing against Montreal. They've been called for a lot of icings here. Eventually, they're going to get run down. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. 542 people here in the chat. Good to see you all tuning in. Running out of water. Face-off won by Carolina. Shot on. Big save by Dobish. Behind the net. Hudson. Fighting in the corner now. Struble off the boards for Hudson. Hudson fighting down low with Jankowski trying to clear it to center. Demidov ahead for Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky trying to get into the zone. Fighting on the right side then Uri Slavkovsky. He'll backhand it down low then. Caulfield fighting with Chatfield. Suzuki. Broken up then by Carolina. They will dump it back into the Montreal zone. Cooley to Carrier. Slavkovsky into the zone with speed. He'll bring it around down low in the corner. Off the boards for Sebastian Aho. Aho. He's got some room. It's a 2-on-3. Svetch to Jarvis to Aho. He could not complete. He would have had Dobish beat, but he missed the shot. Thank you for the 5, Aham. I appreciate it, man. Awesome, Aham. Thank you so much for tuning into the commentaries. Thank you for the 5, brother. I appreciate it. Try my best to read your message while commentating the game. Here's Taylor Hall. Into the zone. Got some room. Chips it around. Fires it wide there with Dobish. Newhook to Evans. Broken up by Carolina. They'll try and dump it down low. Blake. Stolen back by Matheson. Matheson trying to get it ahead. He'll do so successfully. Here's Newhook. Into the zone with speed. A shot. Saved there by Anderson. Up top. Evans a shot. That one's blocked by Miller. He'll get it back and fire it wide. Anderson fighting with Walker. In the corner now, Evans. Off the boards for Jackson Blake, who will dump this one to center. Here's Josh Anderson. Banks it off the boards and back into the Carolina zone. Walker. Back for Logan Stankoven. Logan Stankoven chips it to center. Blake will get it there. Montreal will take it out of their own zone and dump it back into the Carolina zone. This will be another icing against the Canadiens. How many icings have they had tonight? That's like their 5th icing of the overtime frame. Really good chance for Sebastian Aho, but he could not get a stick on that puck. Series is so competitive and tight. Yup, it is. Face off in the Montreal end. One back by Carolina. Gostisbehere a shot. That one is blocked. Struble to Jordan Stahl, who tries to backhand it down low. Montreal will get it to center. Anderson backhands it down low to the Carolina zone. Shane Gostisbehere will dump it behind the net then for Ehlers. Shots 36-16. Carolina with essentially double the shots that Montreal has. I can't do math, though, so I'm probably wrong. Struble to Suzuki. Cleared back down low, then into the Carolina zone. Jankowski to Caulfield. Cole Caulfield waits. Up top, Carrier fired it wide. Cole Caulfield gets it back down low. Gostisbehere battling for it as well. Puck is cleared by the Hurricanes. Racing for that puck is Jarvis. It's broken up by Montreal. Carolina trying to get this one free. Seth Jarvis to Alex Carrier. Alex Carrier, cross-ice pass to Newhook, who will dump it down low to the Carolina zone. Suzuki fighting with Slavin. Jacob Slavin backhanded away there by Carolina. It's kept in barely by Montreal. Demidov a shot. Saved by Anderson. It's played away. Svechnikov, right side up top, then for Matheson. Broken up by the Canes. Here they come. It's a 2-on-1. It's Aho into the zone with Jarvis. Aho up top. Sheffield fired it out of play. Dolbish might have got a piece of that. I'm not sure, though. I couldn't tell from my angle. I think he did. With the way they're cheering, I think he did. He did. Jakob Dolbish. 35 saves on the night. Here now in this overtime frame, he has kept his team in it. .946 save percentage for him. Great overtime frame from Sebastian Aho so far. Face-off one back by the Canadiens. They will dump it down the other way. Yeah, I figured, GG. I figured. Carolina will chip it back to center. Philip Deneau. Backhands it down low to the Carolina zone. K'Andre Miller. Through the Montreal end. Miller gains the line into the Montreal zone. Poke checked away. He'll dump it back down low to the corner. Hudson. Battling for it behind the net then with Jankowski. Clear down low now, Robinson. Back over to Lane Hudson. He's tripped. And they will not get a penalty off of that. Alex Carrier will dump it back into the Carolina zone. Sean Walker, former Philadelphia Flyer, gives it back then for Miller. Miller chipped back into the Montreal zone. Matheson fighting with Taylor Hall. Mike Matheson. Poke check to center. Nikishin gets it back for Carolina. Gostisbehere will dump it down low into the Canadiens' end. Over halfway through the first overtime. Noah Dobson in the corner. Mike Matheson trying to get that one loose. Matheson off the boards to Demidov. Cross-ice pass is missed. It'll go back into the Carolina zone for an icing at 9-11. I don't think we've had an ice cleaning yet. And we're about like 11 minutes into this overtime. I don't think we've had one yet. .9:11 to go in the overtime frame. Looks like it may not have been an icing. Yeah, we're 2 subs shy of 7,100. Hit the subscribe button. We are 2 subs away. Thought it was an icing. It must not have been. Pretty much have to commit a felony to call a penalty. I love that. Thank you, Delmer. I think the Golden Knights put the Avs away tomorrow night. We'll see. I hope for the sake of it, so I can commentate the Game 5, I hope that Colorado wins. But then I don't care who wins after that. Just so I can get a Game 5 in. Shots are 37-12 in favor of Carolina. Hurricanes are out shooting Montreal by nearly 30. Or I guess more specifically, 25. Yeah. $9-11 to go in this overtime. Montreal with just one shot in their last 34 minutes of hockey time. That's nuts. Face off in the Montreal end. After a little bit of a ice cleanup here, regardless of the icing, they still get a cleanup. Face off in the Montreal end. Taking long enough. Stahl versus Evans. Face off won by the Canadiens. They will dump it back into the Carolina zone. That'll be another icing at 9:05. Just icings after icings after icings. It's never going to end. You have to do war crimes? Yeah. In overtime, at the very least, you do. In the playoff, in regular time, I'm not sure about that, but why does Dobich be so good? Yeah. Face off in the Montreal zone, won by the Canadiens. Newhook racing for a loose puck. He'll get there around Slavin. Big hit by Jacob Slavin, who knocks down Newhook. Montreal will have to regroup at center. Caden Gooley will just decide to dump it down low. Getting there is Demidov. He'll play it up top. Broken up by the Canes. Here's Slavin, who will dump it into the Montreal zone. Gooley fighting now with Jordan Marnook. Caden Gooley back to Suzuki. Broken up then by Carolina. Stahl battling for it down low in the corner. Montreal trying to get it back. Gooley intercepted. Below the goal line then is Lane Hudson. Hudson will scoot through the D. Cross ice pass to Suzuki. He will dump it down low to the Carolina zone. Sean Walker to center. Keandre Miller will chip it back down low into the Montreal zone. 8 minutes to go here in this first overtime. Hudson fighting with Svechnikov. Here's Slavkovsky broken up in front. Jarvis was there. It's cleared away. Here's Slavkovsky taking it now with speed. Uri Slavkovsky broken up by the Hurricanes. And they won a whistle, as I believe it was offsides or something. Faceoffs coming at center. Yes, guys, thank you. 7.1K subscribers. Thank you so much. We'll see if we can get to 7.2 tonight with the way this game's going. Referees are conglomerating here about a certain play. Carolina, the entire bench stood up wanting a penalty. We'll see if they get it here. We'll see the replay. Ooh, yeah. Too many men call here, it looks like, potentially against Montreal. My screen next to me right now says no. Yeah, they had too many men. And they caught it. The Canes caught it. But not the referees. So we will stay 5-on-5. Rod Brindamore going like this. In disarray, face-offs coming at center. Off the draw. Montreal will win it back into their own zone. Carrier regrouping now in the Montreal end. Mike Matheson gets it back then for the Canadiens. He will hold it behind his own net. 7.5 minutes to go here in the OT. Matheson, dump back down low. Carolina gets it back. It's Sean Walker. Battling for it on the right side then. Sorry about that, guys. That scared me. Here's Boldu. Pass ahead then Stankoven. Loose puck. Comes into the zone. Looks for options. Logan Stankoven now on the right side. Pass back up top to Blake. Jackson Blake fires it wide there of Dobish. In the corner now is Anderson. Back to Slavin. Montreal will steal it and clear it down the other way. Sorry, sometimes when I get phone calls, they'll come on to my computers, Like when I get a call from a random number, it'll come onto my computer. That scared the crap out of me. Sorry about that, guys. It's happened a couple of times in live streams where that's happened. Face-off in the Montreal zone is won by the Canadiens. Here's Anderson, a shot. That one's poke-checked away. Cleared off the boards, it's Robinson. Robinson fires it wide there of Dobish. Booty call. Yep. He's slaving back to Jankowski. He'll dump it down low into the Montreal zone. 6.5 minutes to go in the overtime. Dobson for Cole Caulfield. Caulfield cleared back into the Carolina zone. Jalen Chatfield trying to play it off the boards. Jankowski flips it up in the air. And back into the Montreal end. 2-2 here in the overtime frame. 6 minutes to go. Svechnikov comes in, trying to get around the D. He was broken up. He'll get it back down low in the corner, though. Waits, pass over. Jarvis can't get a shot on at the point. Svechnikov, he scores! From up top, it's Andrei Svechnikov. The Hurricanes get the second straight win here in overtime and take a 2-1 series lead. On the 38th shot of the game, Carolina wins it. Dobish did get a piece of that, but it does not matter. Carolina gets the win. And it was Aho. No, it was Aho. Oh, god damn it. I thought it was Svech. Aho, I believe, got the tip in front. So it may have been Aho, actually, who got the tip up top. Montreal, I think, might challenge this. They're taking a look at this. We might not be done yet, folks. Hang on. We may not be done yet here. The referees are taking a look at this. I think this probably should be good. Yeah, they will not challenge it. They will not do anything with it. They took a look at it. We're done. We are done here, folks. Final score, Carolina 3, Montreal 2. And that was a fun hockey game to commentate. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. They took a look at it, but to me it didn't look like it would be anything. Yeah, Aho was out of the paint. Slavkovsky was right there with him. Hard to justify that one as goalie interference. All right, that'll do it for me. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. This commentary does get into the top 10 for longest live commentaries in Watch with Nordic history. It's number 10, it looks like, or maybe at the end of it, number 9. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Good little 12,000 view commentary. I love to see that. Never get over 10,000 views that often, so thank you all so much. We will not be live tomorrow for Game 4 of Colorado Golden Knights. We will not be live for that game tomorrow, sadly. We will be live, though, on Wednesday for Game 4 of this series. It'll be our Unbox with Nordic stream. We'll be unboxing a hobby box. Upper Deck Series 2 hobby boxes coming up on Wednesday. That stream will start at 8 p.m. But anyways, that'll do it for me. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next stream. Keep forgetting to do this.